Tonight, we bring you the news from World Update 15, check out a Saab B17, the Texan 2 by Iris, a Shorts 360, Tatenhill from Burning Blue, and an update from Firefly Air. Hello? Hello? It didn't spin! Yes! Success! I have defeated the gremlins that were. Hello, and happy Wednesday. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. The middle of the week, the hump day. Time for the news, man. It's a busy one. Just a lot of news this week, lads. Whatever's... Hoppy the hokey. And Viper Strike came with a raid of raiders that raided. It's a busy week, right? There's loads of news and things and stuff. We're flat out, lads. So how's it going? Hope you're having a great week. Well, no, we're nearly there. We can hear it. Out far yonder distance. The sound of the incoming weekend, man. So hang on in there. Do you know? Hope you're all keeping very well. So tonight, well... as I said during the introduction, or the intro as it were, well, World Update 15 has just dropped and has brought with it some fancy updates to the Nordic regions, right? We've also seen the release of a brand new aircraft. This thing, right? Pretty fancy. Looks lovely. We'll learn on about the Saab here now in a moment. We're also going to be checking out the Texan 2, the T-6 Texan 2, released by Iris Simulations. And these are the guys who brought us the PC-21. And very similar aircraft, the Texan is to the PC-9. In fact, they're almost a carbon copy of each other, right? Then we're going to check out the Shorts 360 from Black Box Simulations. Now, we had a bit of a delve at this the other day, right? Friday night, just to see what it was all about. But I will say this, they've already released an update, or a patch, if you will, right? There's loads of stuff going on. Then, friends, we're going to be checking out Tatenhill. I know it, I haven't a clue, but Burning Blue Design made it, and you know if it comes from Burning Blue Design, well, it's going to be awfully nice, you see. Then, we also have some news and updates from our very own Firefly Air. The lads have been flat out doing all sorts of crazy updates and stuff and things, so lots to go on there. So if you just joined us, we're here on Twitch and on YouTube. A very warm welcome to everybody. Hope you're keeping very well. And well, I'll ramble into the chattage to say hello and welcome you all in. You're looking very well. Did you do something to your hair maybe? Do you know? Looks right. I didn't do it with my hair now. Oh, not at all. No. It's grand and all, but like, you know, it's just, I'm very red there, look. Do you know what I did? I found me hoodie. Remember I used to wear this all the time? My DJ museum. Couldn't find it for the entire summertime because I left it on the stairs. How could you lose it on the stairs, Murphy? In the Murphy household, we have maybe 4 jackets that go on the stairs. Yeah, we're them people. We put our jackets on the stairs, you see. And this was buried underneath them all until Mr. Two-Tone said, you do realise your other hoodie is up there. Now, this is no ordinary hoodie, lads. This is Gibbo's favourite hoodie because it has Jesus! Right, 2 of them with matching colours, see? Right, elbow, oh Jesus, do you hear that? Elbow pads, I'm after getting static from myself, right? Oh, Jesus. Anyway, as I said, we'll go into the chat here now as I press a couple of buttons, right? I'm after giving me microphone a pop. Did you hear that? It went pop. Jesus. Right, anyway, hang on now. Bit of woe and calm into the building, right? So who's here before my chat disappears? Vacuum, you're very welcome aboard. Rambok Mord has subscribed at tier 1. Thank you very, very much indeed, my dude. We're chatting about Rambog here now in a few moments. Robert J. 56 is in the house. Good to see you, Robert. Tarnish Mossman is here, along with Muttley. Spitfire RAF 100 is in the chat. Good to see you, my guy. Airborne Rookie is here. Good day. Night Zep. Good evening, everybody. The Wednesday, the day. Oh, wait. Hang on, Jesus. The Wednesday or the day, the mither of the week. I love that. That's very good. I couldn't pronounce it though. Razor Cobb is here. It's good to see you. Bell Bro is in the house. He says, hope all's going well. Ready for the newsage, man. What we do, it's newsage. Basically everything you say, just put an "age" at the end of it. Sounds very convincing, you know. Oh yeah, I was flat out with the old workage the other day. The workage, Jesus, what was that? Right. Anyway, who else is here? I can't see my screen. Hemmingbird is here. Hello, welcome in. Hope you're well. Eamon 1973 is some massive Vulcan news. Indeed. Oh yeah, the Just Right one. Yes. And a little surprise splash. Well, we think Dubai. I don't think it's Dubai. Husker 2 is here. It's good to see you. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH John, hope all is well. I'm over here now. Goblin Zeus, good to... Jesus, Murphy, you need to do something with your screen. Robert is here again. Hello. Goblin Zeus, good to see you. Gary JF. I'm after pressing a button on my screen and I made a complete and utter mess of it. Right. Buttons. We need some sort of an Egypt count or a button... I need an Egypt counter. That'd be important. But anyway, that's not important. What is important is Toto is here. He says, on the news tonight, Murphy pushes too many buttons. Accurate. Right, well, Jesus, that chat's after flying down. Right. Good morning and good afternoon. Oh, that was me. Murph. Oh, wait. Murph's news are the only news I look forward to these days. Says Nicep. Well, thank you very much. But yes, Toto, you're very welcome in. Bell Bro, welcome in. Kozaki Flyer is here. Welcome in, my dude. 6 knots. Kieran, how's she cutting? Huge workage from 6 knots as well. Tell you, lad, flat out. Canoe Head. What's the best remedy for a cold, rainy day? A warm few hours on Murph's Firefly Twitch channel. JJH, man. Jesus, how are you? John Drace, good evening. 'Tis mid-walkage again. Has it kind of... Do you know, have you gone into like your local convenience store or news agents, right? Hello. Has it caught on yet? Or answering your telephone, right? And, you know, you start, hello, Aj. Here, can I get some sandwich? Oh, wait, that's sandwich, Aj? That sounds like some sort of a tropical island. But yes, who's this? Pixtian, you're very welcome in. Sounds wibble wobble. Tarnish, is there something wrong with the sounds? Dad in command is here, you're very welcome. Let me see. Daedalus, good to see you. Energizer is in the house. He says, evening, fellas. Good evening. You're looking well. Voicey is here. Good to see you. Super Type Fawn and Viper Strike. Welcome in, lads. Viper flew the 737 from Mexico up to Monterrey in Puerto Vallarta. Jesus, it sounds very nice altogether, Viper. Welcome in. Thrustat Simulations over on YouTube. Hello. Good to see you, man. Psy120 is here. Is anyone else having problems after the World Update 15? It just hangs on the loading screen. I crashed 3 times, not me playing The Sim. Do you know, something weird. Gibbo Ireland is here. Top of the evening, Gibbo. Look at the right. Do you know? It is evening. Phoenix Black. It's good to see you, man. Professor Siege is here. Now let me see. Flying Dive. Good to see you. Soaring AJH, man. Now, Daedalus says hair has grey in it, Murph. Sean Dale. I prefer your Ice Pilots hoodie. So do I. That lives over there. The Buffalo Airways one. Now, let me see. Hulk says, can you recommend any good jet? I like if it can fly like a plane and a heli. Not the F-35, I don't like that one. What about the Harrier Hulk? Muttley, he says, talking about Firefly Air, now I have the LRM and all that stuff sorted. How do I find out how to take a flight? I'll show you now. We'll ramble over to the wiki here now in a moment. The wiki. Yes, not a wiki, it's a wiki. Fallen Up, good to see you. Muse Fan is here. He says, Asher Jesus, how he is a bunch of mad jokes, yes. I'll translate that for those with, good evening, welcome, great to see you. You're looking awfully well. Right, pretty much that's what it says. I have my Irish to, loud back to English dictionary, right? Let me see. Corn Wolf, welcome in. MDA 009, good morning, man. Good to see you. Neo is in the house. Happy flying time. Indeed. Fallen Up is here. Mike, what day is this? Hump day. Right? It just is. I think I caught up. Sandbaj. Exiles, yeah, it works, totally. Wombat 49. Murph and Shoppers. Welcome to the Home Shopping Network, where tonight we're going to show you things that can be bought for money. Filthy, it's good to see you. Castell Gaming is here. Happy Wednesday to you, man. Now, Fallen Up says the Saab definitely has its Deutsch Banch on. It does, doesn't it? Fierce tight. Dougal McTavish is in the house, the chairman. Hello, Dougal, good to see you. Hope all is well. Wiki Jungle is massive. Wait, what? I said that way too fast. But yes, I think I caught up. Jeez, we're doing well. I didn't break anything yet. So, as I said, we have an array of things to show off on the stream tonight. A couple of aircraft, some sceneries, and of course the World Update 15, right? But there's also an absolute plethora of news. Updates coming from all over the shop, lads. So, I suppose we better start with them. If I can find where I left it. Where did I leave it? Oh, it's over here. Yes. Now, what we're going to do here, friends, we're going to pause the sim here in the background. For obvious reasons, because, well, it'll do what I do and just not work. So we're going to start off with this. World Update 15. The Nordics and Greenland have been released for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like in the background. The skies of Microsoft Flight Sim are about to offer even more stunning vistas in Europe with the release of the new World Update. Some 25 gigabytes for those of you who are trying to de-bloat and declutter your sim. Anyway, this time, they bring us the World Update 15 featuring the Nordics and Greenland, inviting us to explore these countries in exceptional detail with a host of new features and improvements. Developed in collaboration with several esteemed partners including Bing, Vexel, Maxar, Gaia Simulations, Orbex, and so on. This update offers a comprehensive upgrade to the simulator's representation of Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, and the self-governing territories of the Faroe Islands and Greenland. There are 90 handcrafted points of interest, the POIs, 10 photogrammetry cities, including some big ones here like Copenhagen, thence Gothenburg and Oslo. 5 handcrafted airports, including places I can't, pronounce, and high-resolution geographic updates. Significant enhancements have been made to the digital elevation models in Iceland, Norway, and Sweden. Basically, the mountains are all mountainy, right? They've also updated the aerial imagery with your satellite imagery, and there's also a couple of new activities, discovery flights, landing challenges, and bus trips. So all in all, I ran a poll earlier on our Discord, right? And I was kind of saying, how did you think the update went? Was it awesome? Did it create problems for you? Or was it simply meh? So, about 50, in first place, I can't remember the exact numbers. I could just go onto Discord and look at it, but then I'd have to scroll upwards. Effectively, most of you said it's awesome. Almost most of you said meh. And funny enough, no one said they were having any new issues or problems or whatever else. So it seems to be a fairly good update in terms of, stuff not breaking. It's a free world update, so you're getting enhanced visuals for certain locations, more accurate textures and aerial imagery and all this sort of jazz. So it's pretty cool. Muse downloaded it last night to get it out of the way, but I haven't checked it out yet. Some might complain why Nuke isn't in the update. Yeah, it's an odd one why they haven't included the airport of Nuke out in Greenland. Nuke. But it also made a couple of fixes, I think, to Canada. Those of you were saying there was a few things, knock on wood, talking about things not breaking. Rambo, man, 52.4% said meh. Oh, wait, balls, I got it wrong. Never mind. 52.4% said meh. Not the cheapy version. Meh. 47 points. 47.6% said it was awesome. Do you ever notice how good my sheep sounds are, right? Or they could be even a goat. Meh. Right? Brilliant. Sometimes I used to back in the day, back when you could do prank calls and like it wasn't considered a friggin' war crime, right? Meh. What? We can't hear you. Meh. Used to be hilarious. But anyways, a day passed. No longer important, lads. Moving on, I think. This is big news now, right? There's more presidents over in Disco, or pessimists. Not at all. Airplane Heaven. Did you hear about this one, lads? They are about to bring the legendary Hawker Hurricane to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, Airplane Heaven. It's great that we're getting all news saying, yeah, we're doing loads of stuff. Oh, brilliant. When are we getting it? We're not telling you. Huh? Anyway, Airplane Heaven are, they have announced over on Facebook that they are to bring the Hawker Hurricane into Microsoft Flight Simulator. And they say it's going to release before Christmas, which is awesome. You're talking, what, within the next 5 or 6 weeks? All right. Hey, Scorpio was here. It's good to see you. So, why is this important? Well, we have a freeware Hurricane in the sim. It's not bad, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what Airplane Heaven can do. Like, they've already brought out the Spitfire, which I think is excellent, the Mark 1. The Hurricane, same engine. The only difference was the airframe. And, you know, it's a fascinating aircraft. And this was the backbone of the RAF during the Battle of Britain. There were far more Hurricanes in the air than there were Spitfires. Yet the Spitfire kind of got all the prizes and all the esteem and all the, you know, legendary status and that, right? But it's a beautiful airplane if anyone got to see it. Isn't the first time Airplane Heaven has tackled this World War II classic, however. They brought it out to FSX and also P3D only a couple of years ago, in fact. The real-world Hawker Hurricane is a legendary fighter that played a pivotal role during the Battle of Britain. Famed for its resilience and contribution to the Allied war effort, its design was a combination of a traditional and modern technique with a fabric-covered fuselage, wooden prop on the early models, and a metal frame. You might say, you know, a fabric-covered fuselage, were they out of their mind? It made repairing these things extremely fast and relatively cheap, right? So you can imagine an all-metal construction, you'd have an absolute headache with it. The screenshots look absolutely amazing, as does the level of detail on these aircraft. It looks stunning. And Airplane Heaven, well, they can make things look stunning, right? It'll be interesting to see how this one works out. That's all I can say. But so far, I think it looks beautiful. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. And I'm really looking forward to this. I mean, you can just picture it now. There'll be a whole friggin' squadron of us flying in these and Spitfires and the devil knows what. I'm looking forward to it. It's a stunning, stunning airplane. But anyway, we're going to wait for more news from Airplane Heaven. We're also waiting on the iconic Lancaster. Now, these guys, they're still progressing with the Lancaster, which I have a feeling we're going to get both of these aircraft out this year. So between the Lancaster, the Hurricane, and the other warbirds that we now have in the sim, it should keep us very busy over the holiday season. A couple of screenshots here. Like, doesn't it look great, lads, doesn't it? Do you know? A sheep is just a goat in a fluffy jacket, says Fallen Up. It looks fantastic, even showing off that Rolls Royce, the Merlin. Isn't it stunning? Yeah, their P51 was stunning as well. It could do with an update with the handling, the P51, and, you know, in multiplayer, the flaps don't do the thing. However, I think Microsoft are going to fix that themselves with the new multiplayer update. Do you know, that's going to fix how all the control surfaces of other aircraft, well, how they all work and how they all interact. It'll be interesting. But yeah, Tarmo, it's good to see you. So that's great news from Airplane Heaven. Now, moving on, the Saab B17A, the new local legend, has released along with the World Update. In a tribute to the rich history of Swedish aviation, the Microsoft Flight Sim team have released today, or yesterday, the latest aircraft in the local legend series. The Saab B17A, it's a single-engine, two-seat dive bomber, marks a significant chapter in the story of Saab, a leading name in the global aerospace and defence industry, and a car if you had one. The Saab 17, which later came on to the B17A, holds the distinction of being the first aircraft produced by Saab, playing a pivotal role in the company's early development. The aircraft stands out as a multi-role military airframe, designed for a variety of tasks, including ISR, forward observation, surface attack, and bombing missions. Notably, the aircraft was also used to test early ejection seats by the Danish Brigade in Sweden during World War II, and it served in the Ethiopian Air Force from 1947 up until 1968. The specs of the aircraft, 32 feet long, 14 feet high and 44 feet across with the wingspan. It's powered by a 1,065 horsepower STWC-3, which is an analogue to the Pratt & Whitney or 1830. Range about 600 miles, top speed about 270 miles per hour. We're going to take this for a quick blast here this evening to show you what it's all about. Right? Skoda's much better than sad. Man, Sean, you're back in the wheel. Now, there is a little bit of a video here I'm going to show you. And we won't go to kind of two bananas with it, but I have to be very careful now with the L music, lads. Do you know what I mean? So we'll play this with this, I suppose. Yeah, that'll work. Let's check it out. You don't like me sound? That's the joy of copyright music. Twitch codecs aren't great at playing it live. Oh wait, have you an issue with the music? Is it acting all weird like? Is it all twingy and stuff? Do you know what you need to do? Yeah, it's the choice of music now, lads, is going to be right. However, I will say this: if the sound quality is a bit messy, just hit the little refresh if you're over on Twitch. On YouTube, it should be sound as a pound, man. But anyway, we won't delve too much into it. As I said, we're going to be checking this out live on the stream. We'll take it for a spin, right? We'll take it for an L spin. So, Aerodynamics have updated their latest development, progress on the modelling and texturing of its KC-10, or the DC-10. We've been following the work from the team at Aerodynamics to bring the high-fidelity KC-10, or DC-10, to Microsoft Flight Sim, a project which has been in development for well over 2 years now. There's still no release date in sight, but each new quarterly update brings us closer to what we're hoping to be an in-depth simulation of an iconic trijet tanker and airline. This thing looks amazing, right? Anyway, the model exterior this quarter saw the addition of more details to the key areas of the aircraft exterior. Pilots will be able to open up the engine cowlings to view the modelled CF6 engines on the base variant. And the refinement also extends to the interior of ground service panels, encompassing pneumatic air input, cabin input, refueling, and more. Additionally, the interior of the gear bays have received some attention, which, as noted by the developers, adds more life to the DC model. When it comes to the interior, well, Aerodynamics hopes to achieve a high standard of quality with this project, which means several refinements are often needed. This time, they saw the need for a texture and model overhaul. Although it's just the beginning, the developers shared some captivating shots of their work in progress of the cockpit for the KC. For the DC cockpit, it's also undergoing enhancements, with a notable feature being the ability for pilots to customize certain gauge areas according to their aesthetic and operational preferences. Wait, what? We get to move some stuff around? This is absolutely deadly. Have a look at the old screenshot around these here, lads, right? This aircraft, this is down to be a freeware add-on for the sim, and it looks stunning. Absolutely stunning. Sound is dodgy. It's a mix between Culchi and dub. Thanks, Givo, yeah. We're talking about the music. Jesus, you wouldn't want emotions in this place. Right. I'll use a different accent. How's that? A glimpse into the hydraulic systems was shared, showcasing the typical power of hydraulic pressure and its utilization to actuate the ailerons. Aerodynamics explained that their aim is to simulate the redundancy in the aircraft's flight control surfaces tied to different hydraulic systems. Right, we'd get away with this all night, so we would. Anyway, the future plans and opportunities. Well, the team are set on continuing their work on the project in hopes of putting it out into the world soon. Roadmap for upcoming months include enhancing the cockpit textures to a high level of accuracy, exterior visual improvements, and coupling visual effects with the unique aircraft states. That's all for now. Expect another dev update in February we hope to see further progress and maybe, who knows, some visibility into a release timeline. So, news of the Aerodynamics KC-10. Well, they're still working on it, which is great, right? I'm really looking forward to that. Next up, another aircraft we're checking out tonight. It comes from Iris Simulations, and they have released the T-6 Texan 2 military trainer for Microsoft Flight Simulator, right? No such thing as one culture accent. Us cultures are very proud of our wide array of accents, compared to just north and south of Dublin. Stingray, very fancy. So Iris, they're out with a brand new turboprop military trainer for Microsoft Flight Sim, and the developer appears keen to bring us the current crop of the most popular airplanes in this category. First was the Pilatus PC-21, and now arguably its main competitor in the real world is a T-6 Texan. The T-6 Texan 2, known for its various circles as the Beech T-6 Texan 2 or the Raytheon T-6 Texan 2, is a tandem-seat turboprop military trainer aircraft widely employed by the United States Air Force, the Navy, and several other global forces. The aircraft is a remarkable training platform, celebrated for its agility and reliability, essential traits for preparing pilots for a variety of military aircraft. It is based on the Pilatus PC-9, which is also on the developer's roadmap for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Interestingly, there is another high-profile Texan 2 in development by Blackbird Simulations. These are, however, two very different, distinctive variants. Iris went with the B variant used by the US Navy, while Blackbird is the older A variant used by the US Air Force. But while Iris had the clear advantage of being first, it may also have to contend with some simmers waiting for Blackbird's version. However, despite their appearance, they are quite different internally. Anyway, the key features: stunning realistic visuals, precise flight dynamics, a wealth of options, user-friendly interface, including a very nice heads-up display. They've also noted a shortcoming. It's actually shared with the F-22 for the heads-up display, but they are working on it. It may affect the level of optical precision and depth perception compared to the column-mated displays. It's an unfortunate shortcoming that may or may not break the experience for some, so keep that in mind. I'm going to show you what this is all about. Anyway, it's available now, released over on the developer's website, $34.99, and we'll start seeing it in the usual places, and then later, the Microsoft Flight Sim marketplace, right? So, yeah, interesting. Hey, Zybok is here. It's good to see you, man. Now, we're checking out this as well tonight. I told you, lads, it's flat out. Zybok says hello from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary, man. Good to see you. So, Black Box Simulations have released the short regional premium edition aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And what I have to like about Black Box Simulations, they tend to go with the weirdest. You know, if you were the super evil villain, today we'd go flying in the shed. It's like a friggin' flying shed that Gru would drive. Do you know what I mean, right? Anyway, it's one of the quirkiest regional airliners in the sky, and it can now be yours in Microsoft Flight Sim. Black Box Simulations have released the comprehensive Shorts Regional Premium Edition, a collection of meticulously crafted Shorts aircraft models that includes the SD330, the SD360, both passenger and cargo variants, alongside the revered C-23 Sherpa, the military variant. The craftsmanship behind these models is evident in the staggering 10,000 lines of custom code that underpin the operational intricacies of the aircraft. Jesus, I said that right and I didn't get it wrong. Gibbo, I'm learning. Intricacies. What was the thing I used to say and I couldn't say it right? Amnieville. No, wait, Amnieville. Was it? Balls. Amnieville. No, wait, what was it? I can't remember. Oh, come here anyway. Forget about Flight Sim for a minute. Did anyone see the new trailer for the Ghostbusters? Stop the lights. Mr. Two-Tone showed me it earlier on. They're making a new Ghostbusters and it looks only deadly. Amityville. That's it, isn't it? No. Did you see the trailer? Come, brilliant. Who are you going to call, lads? You know. Moving on. The electrical and hydraulic systems of this aircraft, including the avionics and lighting, every aspect is said to be built with authenticity.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Turn off the lights to go home. It's going to be very authentic. They're calling it a study level simulation, right? And again, we're going to be checking out this in a little while. It looks a little bit janky. And I mean that in two possible ways. One, well, the aircraft is mad looking, right? But also I suppose the texturing and modelling is a little bit on the side. Not necessarily a very strong point of Black Box Simulations. However, they have delivered by making a superb flying experience in the sim. Anyone who flies Blackbird Simulations aircraft are quite good. They know they fly very, very well. Started all the way back with the L-19 Bird Dog, all the way up to these things. They fly really, really well. Do you know? Oh, Jesus. They actually said it. I went, looked. Amityville. Hors d'oeuvres. That's right. No. I need to do distractions or something. But anyway, this aircraft is available now. It's $49.99, lads. It's not cheap, but it's giving you every single variant. Later on, the developer said, well, if you just want to get one or two variants, we'll price these down maybe at $39.99. And if you just want one variant, in particular the Sherpa edition, well, we'll price that at $29.99. So, right, we'll have to see kind of how she goes, right? We need a Ghostbusters livery. Stingray, yes, we do. Stingray's over on YouTube, all on his lonesome with all the comments. Grand Stingray, get in the yard. Whoop, out with that. Anyway, it's available now. We will be checking this one out shortly. Now, huge news, because, well, we all know that FS Reborn's the FSR 500, well, finally it's been released for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Raoul has done such an incredible job at this. I think we all kind of know that. I mean, he's been very kind to give us a shout, jump on the streams and talk us through the process of putting this aircraft together. And it's been quite a journey, really, when you think about it. And even when, we met up with Raoul over at Expo, had a couple of pints, and just like the countless hours the man puts into developing, it's remarkable, right? Remarkable. Some users have reported a bit of an issue with an FPS drop. It's like a memory leak. Hello? I am such one user. And in fairness to Raoul, he stayed up all night and I was the guinea pig to try and test things. And that's the level of devotion this developer has, FS Reborn. So the aircraft has now been released and it is absolutely superb. It's superb, lads, right? And it's a glass cockpit, which I'm not a huge fan of. The aircraft itself is exceptional. It's now released in the marketplace. It's only available from within the marketplace, and it is priced at $32.99. I highly, highly recommend you pick this machine up. Oh, look, that's my tail number. Look, yeah, you made it, Murphy. Right, you made it. Anyway, thanks, Muse. Yeah, he just, Jesus. Muse just shared a clip when I once said RDVORs. Anyway, we're flying this thing on Friday night for a group flight in Greece. So if you haven't picked up the aircraft yet, if you want to see what it's all about, do be sure to tune in this coming Friday from 2000 Zulu time. Now, in other news, this is huge news, right? Flying Iron Simulations have teased a B-17 and a Hawker Hunter. What? Flying Iron Simulations have sparked excitement in the community this week with a Halloween tease of two iconic aircraft, the Hawker Hunter and the Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. Through a couple of render images and a playful statement on Facebook, two spooky aircraft have been sighted haunting our hangars. The developer has set the stage for the addition of these historic warbirds to their growing lineup of high-fidelity aircraft models in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is super exciting. The Hawker Hunter, a British jet-powered fighter aircraft, served in the mid-20th century and was once operated by several air forces worldwide, known for its sleek design and reliable performance. The Hunter holds a notable place in aviation history. Microsoft Flight Sim pilots have had the opportunity to fly the awesome airplane thanks to the freeware model by Dave Garwood. That's exceptional as well. Seeing a payware rendition from one of the most esteemed warbird developers in the community is certainly very exciting. Flying Iron has requested the help of the community in the development of the Hunter, specifically seeking references for the F6 or F6A models. They expressed a need for a comprehensive cockpit photo shoot covering various angles, the gauges, the panel close-ups, and so on. So if you know of any information in relation to the Hawker, drop me in a DM on Discord, and I will ramble over to Flying Iron and you can join the Discord and get working with the lads. They're a very, very nice bunch of developers and it's awesome, right? On the other hand, the Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress, an American four-engine heavy bomber used during the Second World War, and known for its ability to endure substantial damage and still complete the mission, the B-17 is a symbol of American air power. Flying Iron's B-17 is expected to embody the essence of this legendary aircraft, providing an immersive experience to Microsoft Flight Sim users. Absolutely deadly, right? Such a nice plane, absolutely. Now, let me see, we're catching up on the chat. Scorpio says, I spent my pennies on it, Murph. Thanks for your recommendation. And Scorpio, brilliant. Gibbo says, I had a support question to Raoul. It turned out to be my user error. Or no, it turned out to be user error, but seconds it took for him to respond. Support can be just as important as the product sometimes. Amazing fella. Well, that's the thing as well. That's a huge point to make, right? It's one thing buying an aircraft and yeah, it's really, really nice, but I have an issue. And then you go to look for support or help and there's nothing. Not mentioned anything. Caronado. What? Who said that? Right. But you know what I mean? When you have access to a developer and you have a developer who's so connected, they're so kind of wired, if you like, to what the community are talking about. That's the experience. It's the very same with H2A. That is the experience we need because you're buying into a product. You're transferring your hard-earned cash for a digital product. You want the thing to work. You can't hold it in your hand and tinker with it. Well, unless you're really kind of odd. But you know what I mean? So it's fantastic, right? Fantastic. Now, where are we at? Oh, we're over here. So there's no official release dates for these aircraft. More than likely going to be in the first quarter or second quarter of next year. Flying Iron have a fairly small team. The B-17 is going to be something absolutely insanely good. We hope. But I have every confidence in Flying Iron. Hawker Hunter, I'm looking forward to that as well. So it's awesome. Great news for anyone who likes the Warbirds once again. Now, South Oak Code, they've released real effects for the Asobo and fly-by-wire A320s. Now, these guys already released the aircraft effects package along for the Boeing 747 last month, and real effects for the Airbus A320 brings a suite of physics-based effects to the widely popular airliner. Interesting stuff. So it includes the engine intake vortices, the St. Elmo's fire, engine strake vortices, the wing condensation, engine intake condensation. Anyone who's used these products before, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but I know it was involved with Parallel 42. I'm trying to remember it. It was like the immersion packages or something. Absolutely incredible, right? Turner says, your stream is stopping and starting. I've no drop frames, so it could be a Twitch thing. What do we like on YouTube, lads? Is it all kind of working grand and dreamy? It could be just a Twitch thing tonight. Well, actually, hang on, we check Twitch. Let's press some buttons. No, everything seems to be good. Tarnish, it could be your internet. If you do it now, kind of shift F5, that'll do. Is it just? I think it's just F5. Press the F5 button. I think that'll do it, right? I think that'll do it. Anyway, it's an amazing kind of set of effects to get because it does add to your immersion as you're flying along and you can see all these awesome things happening, right? This developer's selling them through Sim Market for around €8. So it's about a tenner. And you can get yourself some nice visual effects to your aircraft. I still think this should be kind of, part of the sim, or you'd have a more complete, it'll be added to every single possible aircraft rather than this one particular aircraft. That's my own kind of thing, Imminent, the SWS PC-12, this will be a great addition, can't wait. Stingray, yeah, 100%. Bossman Gaming, Trustset, and Stingray all saying it's working fine on YouTube. Thanks, lads. Yeah, so I don't have any official news here. However, the PC-12, they have lifted the NDA. It's sitting with Pilatus at the moment. Word is, it's exactly what they wanted it to be. Expect to see that aircraft, I'm hoping, in a matter of weeks. So basically, when we showed off the PC-12 on our stream, and the lads came on and they were chatting about it, it was that close to being released. Then they brought it back and they actually figured out a new way to do things, right? And they wanted to build that into the aircraft because the result was we were going to get far better performance. We would just get far better performance. So that slowed the whole thing down for a couple of weeks. But it's now a Pilatus. It's doing its thing. So, yeah. PFPX, is that what it was, TrustJet? No, wait. PFPX was the planning yoke, wasn't it? Anyway, South Oak have released this for the A320 and you can pick it up over on Sim Market. Now, another nice bit of kind of cool stuff. SoFly, well, explore the West Coast. It's an audio tour for Microsoft Flight Sim. This is kind of cool. We looked at these before, right? So basically, it's your virtual kind of tour guide as you fly around, predefined flight plans, and they'll chat to you and tell you all about the POIs in which you're flying over. Following the launch of their East Coast audio tour, SoFly are now offering promises to satisfy the discovery itch of Microsoft Flight Sim pilots on the other side of the United States. Throughout these flights, simmers will be treated to an authentic audio description of some 20 landmarks, points of interest, or significant location in each city. It means a total of 120 cultural and exciting places will be unveiled, complete with historical insights and significance. It's an interesting kind of activity, right? Anyway, you can pick this one up from the SoFly website and over on Orbex for $8. Not bad. and it's due to come to the marketplace as well. All right. So if you're into that, if you just kind of, hey, I want to go flying and learn about an area, well, SoFly have done it's a great idea. Do you know what I mean? Now you could say, Murph, couldn't we just do this with a bit of a flight plan, and couldn't we do it with a bit of bush talk radio? Yeah, well, yes, you can. Of course you can. Absolutely. But how accurate would it be? We just don't know. But I thought it was cool to mention. Now, this looks pretty cool. Discover the Philippines with this new scenery add-on from CLI 4D, Cleve 4D, or Clyde Designs. I don't know. In Microsoft Flight Sim, every new scenery add-on is a chance to explore unfamiliar territories from the comfort of one's home. Today, we're bringing you the news based from Clifford Ramos, an independent developer from the Philippines who recently unveiled a project that promises to introduce simmers to the beauty of this beautiful Asian country. After a year of meticulous development, Ramos, a self-proclaimed hobbyist who stumbled into scenery development, has crafted an immersive experience that transports simmers to the stunning northernmost reaches of his home country. There is a video here we'll have a look at. A tropical adventure from the Philippines encapsulates the rugged beauty of the border between the Cagayan Valley and the Ilocos Norte, an area celebrated for its dramatic rocky coastline. Shall we have a look? There's kilometres of rocky coastline, mountain roads, lots of waterfalls, shortgrass landing strips, also some beach resorts, right? This thing looks absolutely deadly. We'll have an old gawk here and see what we can see, right? Play a bit of music here. I don't know how well the music will be now, but sure, we'll bear with it and see what happens, right? Oh wait, I see what he did. Clifford. Ah yes, Juan Paparazzi. I never would have got that. It looks very fancy, doesn't it? Now that video goes on for another little bit, but doesn't it look nice? See some of the comments there. It looks like Unreal Engine 5 in Microsoft Flight Sim. Right, brilliant. Eamon says, Murph, Parallel 42 did a general immersion pack, but they also did one for the 787, 747 immersion add-ons. Ah, pretty good. Yeah, I think Kando will be all over this. It looks fantastic, lads, doesn't it? So this developer already released Bora Bora, I think, in the sim, but it looks absolutely stunning. He's done great work here. Absolutely great work. But anyway, tropical vegetation, lots of helipads as well, and it's available now via Sim Market or Orbex, and it's only about $10. And it's a tropical adventure Volume 1, Clifford Design. Brilliant, right? I never would have got that. Cly 4D. Clifford Designs Philippines is available now. We need to check that out and go for a bit of an owl. Do you know what I'm saying? Right, do you know, we just do. Looks fantastic. Now, in other news, Tatenhill Airfield has released by Burning Blue Designs another airport we're going to check out tonight on the stream, Echo Golf Bravo Mike. It's an airfield located near the village of Tatenhill in Staffordshire, which was established in the early 1940s as RAF Tatenhill. During the war, it was primarily used for training purposes, including the training of the Royal Canadian Air Force pilots. The airfield's grass runways and facilities supported pilot development during the tumultuous period. After the war, the airfield saw a variety of uses, including hosting glider clubs and private aviation activities, and in the 1980s it underwent a significant transformation with the introduction of paved runways and modern facilities. Today, the airfield is a popular flight training hub, with Tatenhill Aviation offering a full range of pilot courses. There's also an ex-RAF Blackburn Buccaneer. It's also based there, currently undergoing an extensive restoration project to bring her back to her glory days of 1976. Tatenhill is also home to the Midlands Air Ambulance, currently operating an Eurocopter 135 and a BMW X5 ground support vehicle. The airport, or airfield, has been faithfully recreated by Burning Blue Design, undertaking on-site visits, ensuring that the highest levels of accuracy. It features over 130 custom 3D objects with full PBR textures. It's based on the up-to-date layout, highly detailed control tower and cafe interiors, completely custom animated windsock, real-life static aircraft, everything from the Warrior, Buccaneer to Cathalon is there as well. Full night lighting and dynamic weather compatibility and enhanced resolution for the ground textures. It's £12.95, right? £12.95, and I'm going to be checking this one out here on the stream in a little bit, right? But you can see from some of the screenshots, Burning Blue makes some beautiful airports, and they're real, you know what I mean? They tend to be the lesser known, quiety areas, which is great because if you want to go exploring, well, these lads have you absolutely covered. And I like the way they include, you know, is that Steve again? VR Flight Sim guy. Have the Skoda? Jesus, then, I tell you, Adam and Mike are going to be getting a phone call from me if there's no Skoda in this one. I'm just saying now, right? Stay tuned to find out. But we'll be checking this one out here now in a moment. It looks fantastic. Don't say that, boss man. I don't want to know about no Skodas. Anyway, Boundless. We all know Boundless. Boundless have released Paris Vatry Airport for X-Plane, right? Now, Boundless Simulations, these guys have made a number of cracking airports on other platforms, including they did Dublin for X-Plane 12, and they've made a couple of Irish sceneries as well. They've done some fantastic stuff. But anyway, they've released a brand new airport for X-Plane 11 and 12. This time, it ventures to Paris, to check out Lima Foxtrot Oscar Kilo. That's an airport we need in Microsoft Flight Sim for an upcoming Monday night series. Anyway, despite having Paris in its name, it's actually 135 kilometres away from Paris. This is a Ryanair type. Look, it is. Jesus. Ryanair flying you to Paris, right? And next thing you arrive, this isn't Paris at all. Shut up. It says Paris on that road sign. Where? Up the hill, over the far side of the road. You're in Paris. Now deal with it. Ryanair. But anyway, despite having Paris in its name, the airport is 135 kilometres. It's about 100 miles away. Anyway, despite the distance, it sees plenty of traffic, mainly from Ryanair and a range of business and private jets. Cargo also sees plenty of traffic here as well, to and from the airport. Some of the features include the product, with the product are fully 4K PBR textures, dynamic lighting, volumetric grass and detailed trees. It's X-Plane. It looks very nice, I have to say. It's 84 miles. Thanks, Super Typhon. It's actually 84.17 twelfths of, you know, the circumference of a moose miles, right? But yeah, 130 kilometres. Do that in, what's that in? 120 kilometres is 75. Isn't it? Or 76. I don't know how to, right? But anyway, it looks very, very nice for X-Plane. It's available now. You can pick it up over on their website at a price of £11.99 plus any applicable taxes. Interesting. Now, Orbex, right? We all like Orbex. They've announced True Air to Great Britain series for X-Plane 12. This is a much, much requested update. Hey, Wombio is here. Good to see you. I went back to back in the stream to see if you tried pronouncing my name in the World Update Creator. You played it safe with and so on. Wait, what? I went back in the stream to see if you tried pronouncing my name. I always say Wombi, but is it Wombio or Wombio? Wombi. I'd make a terrible mess of things. Do you know? Wombio. Oh. Did you make stuff in World Update 15? You devil you. Do you even sleep? There's another developer. I'm the... Oh, right. Ah, right. Ha. Jesus. Ketel Garbstad. Wait. Ketel Garbstad. How close was that now? Be honest, right? Be honest. You'll accept it? Yes! We're back in the will! I can speak fluent and flawless foreign language to my own, which isn't even identified or even recognised, right? Jesus. Spell it out phonetically and I'll give it a better bash. Do you know? But anyway, Orbex, True Earth Great Britain for X-Plane 12. As I said, this is hugely, hugely important. 1BI is from Norway. Excellent. Norwegian. Excellent. If you have X-Plane 12 currently and you're using the Orbex True Earth stuff, it kind of works, right? But it just looks a little bit kind of weird and janky. Well, they've now updated the Divil so it's going to work in X-Plane 12. And it takes advantage, of course, of Laminar Research's new rendering engine. A number of previews were shared, and I have to say, lads, some of these look absolutely fantastic. Look at the state, right? It's beautiful. So any of you guys who fly in X-Plane 12, well, you're going to be in for a treat because we always say X-Plane 12 when it comes to kind of the ground textures and satellite imagery, or the lack thereof. Well, Orbex absolutely fixed that. They absolutely fixed that. Because they do all the colour correction. They do a lot of great stuff. Do you know? It was an old NATO airbase, says Goblin Zeus. The Shalon Vatry. Nice. Nice. Is this a paid update for Orbex? Good question. I imagine it will be. Because they haven't just kind of tweaked it, right? Let's have a read. Orbex is back to True Earth. If you're not familiar, yeah, got all that. It's a small post on social media. Orbex said that the new Great Britain version will take full advantage of X-Plane 12. Grand. A number of previews were shared. Orbex said the product is due to be released soon, so we'll keep you up to date with any news. No word are they going to charge for it. This news story broke from FS Elite. Big shout out to Callum and all the lads. And of course, the rest of our news was provided by msfsaddons.com. Big shout out to Vasco. Now, lads, this is quite possibly very important. Staying with Orbex, they've surfaced new previews of the Kola Peninsula map for DCS. What? Highly regarded scenery and aircraft developer Orbex is edging closer to its debut on the DCS platform, as evident from the recently released pictures showcasing the anticipated Kola Peninsula map. It's located in the extreme northwest of today's Russian Federation. The peninsula is considered one of the largest in Europe, entirely contained within the Arctic Circle, bordered to the north by the Barents and the White Seas, and the most populous city in the peninsula is Murmansk, a Russian city that serves as the headquarters of the Russian North Fleet. It's home to some 270,000 people. Orbex's recreation of the map will also expand further west, covering parts of northern Sweden, Finland and Norway, as well as the Barents and Norwegian seas. In total, the map will span 550,000 square kilometres and feature detailed replicas of numerous airbases and other points of interest. Published to Reddit by user Aviator Nexu, the newly surfaced screenshots showcasing the recreation of the enormous landmass portray the level of detail that the developer has delved into to provide users with an accurate, vibrant and living recreation of this fascinating environment. Have a look at some of the screenshots here, right? Murph and pronunciation, yeah, we don't get on terribly well. This looks very good, lads, right? Orbex scenery inside DCS, that is a game changer, I think. Now, a lot of the maps that we see on DCS, especially the newer ones, they're fantastic. But to get Orbex in there, this is on a different level. You know what I mean? So definitely some interesting places to go flying. Anyway, though neither a formal release date nor official price have been announced, some users in the forum agreed that the pictures were taken by Matt Wags Wagner, a senior producer over at Eagle Dynamics, leaving one to wonder whether future showcases are to follow in the not so distant future. One thing about Orbex, they tend not to dwell on coming soon. When they say it's coming soon, it tends to be coming soon, right? But I have to say, it looks very nice, lads. It looks very, very nice. Do you know? So that's the story there. Now, before we go, I do want to continue on here for a minute. I'll show you this page in a second. But I was telling you about, we're staying with DCS for the minute. I was talking to you about DCS, right? And this is all about an aircraft in development that's coming soon. Or maybe it's already out. I don't know. Anyway, lads, you need to see some of this trailer. It's highly important you check it out. Just have a look. Now, I can't play their music, copyright and all that jazz. So I'll play my music. And look at the small details. Like, I mean, holy Magoli. Now, there's always been questions, right? When it comes to looking at these videos in DCS, is it just rendered cinematics or is it gameplay? Well, the answer, gameplay. This is what you get in the actual sim. It's only a matter of getting your cameras and I don't know what sorts of sorcery or magician work they did. Cian Afford will tell us. But this is rendered from the simulator itself. It looks absolutely incredible. There's flexing going on here at control surfaces I've never seen in a simulator before. And the shaking and rattling and rolling of all the bits and bobs in the cockpit, it looks truly epic. The F4 is an iconic aircraft. These things were replaced later on, I think, by the F-14s, weren't they? But it looks incredible. Absolutely beautiful. They had full access to a number of aircraft. They had 3D laser scanning that they can do internally and externally. They've spoken to pilots. They have the original POHs. They have this thing down to a fine, fine art. Not to mention all the weapons and systems that are included with the aircraft. It looks incredible. It sounds incredible. And this is a huge, huge release, I think, for DCS. It's one of those aircraft on any sim that you just kind of sit back and go, whoa. Right? Same could be said for A2A or FS Reborn or Microsoft Flight Sim, or even the PMDG 737 or the Phoenix. The same could be said for the FS Lab stuff on P3D, and the same could be said for the Challenger and X-Plane. It's just, yes, they are excellent, right? So I'm hoping this is going to be definitely one of them. They look incredible. The reflections on the mirrors, yeah. The shadowing, everything is so sharp. And of course, DCS with the new 2.9 currently in beta, well, it has all sorts of new rendering, including DLSS support. I just wish the controls didn't require some sort of a qualification, or membership to friggin' Mensa to be able to figure it all out. But it looks incredible. Absolutely beautiful. So, we're almost there, lads. VATSIM news. Cross the land. The Americas has been announced. Jesus, I have a Windows security alert on my screen. Be to Jesus. Anyway, one of the VATSIM popular and well-attended annual events has been announced on this forum for Saturday, the 2nd of December. Cross the land. The Americas invites virtual pilots to conduct a long-haul crossing from one of 4 airports in North America to one of 4 destinations in Latin America. This year's departing cities are Calgary and Toronto, Dallas-Fort Worth and Phoenix. And the arrivals are going to be down in Brazil, Bogota in Colombia, Chavez down in Peru, and the Tocumen Airport in Panama. This is going to be brilliant. This is going to be absolutely brilliant. Simple Murph, just get people to come round to your house and sort things out. Right, do you know what I mean? Oh, by the way, Cold Nebo, thank you very much indeed for the subscribe, man. Cheers, you absolute ledge. The man's a ledge. Jay Miniker says, DCS looks amazing these days. The graphics overhaul was fantastic, right? The Limbics, look at the mirror reflections, right? Amazing stuff, lads. So anyway, Cross the Land, the Americas, is going to be on the 2nd of December. And then there's a handful of other VATSIM events on. And we do know that the lads are still flying. They're doing some excellent work, it must be said, with World Flight. SimFest are absolutely crushing it. I know Jeff Faviano was doing some work in it as well. I think he's finished up. But they're still flying around the world. But there are still other VATSIM events. You can have a look here on the vatsim.net/events. There's an interesting one here, Tbilisi to Baku shuttle. Saturday, November 11th, providing you with the opportunity to enjoy the journey between Tbilisi and Baku with full ATC. I just thought that was an interesting one to have a now look at. And if you want to do the route, I think it's like a 3-hour hop. But yeah, looks awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now, Just Flight. We're following the development of the Vulcan because, well, I want to be able to show this thing off very, very soon, right? I'm just going to put a couple of screenshots up here. So basically where they're at, they are still working on the sounds, and Just Flight want the sounds to be excellent before, they give them out to, well, folks like me to show the thing off, right? They want the sounds to be perfectly right before they release it. There's no point giving it to me and I say, it's brilliant. And then they come back and say, no, actually it's better, right? So they're working on that, and it's probably putting a little bit of time on the project, but nothing major, I would think. They've also redesigned some of the textures internally and externally. Also all the aircraft lighting, both internally and externally. And some of the interesting things with the lights, they've even coded in the main landing lights. If you exceed a certain speed, the aircraft automatically retracts them to stop them from getting damaged. They have coded that into the aircraft. Now, I saw a discussion on our Discord earlier, just chatting about, hey, D Jing is over on YouTube, good to see you. They were chatting about, there's the light there, look. I saw a bit of chatter over on our Discord because they have included an EFB, right? And it was interesting. I think Jay Winokur said you prefer to see like a clipboard, knee board kind of thing, right? Rather than, Just Flight's EFB. And I get that. I totally understand it. It is clickable. You can disappear it. And it's mainly used for like your weight and balance or loading and, what sort of stuff you want in the aircraft. Also some custom camera views that are set up. So they've also been coding this new tablet a lot, in fact, because you can see the weapon system, you can see the stores, you can see the cameras, you can see the start state, ready for takeoff, cold and dark, so on. And you can also see the settings, state savings, GPS navigation, cockpit pilots, realistic steer, auto shoot, trim sensitivity. They've put a slider in for the trim. I love that. Note to every single aircraft developer. Will you put an old trim sensitivity slider into some sort of a setup, please? It's very important. But anyway, you can see here then when it comes to the air-to-air refueling, they actually simulate air-to-air refueling. Now, before we get kind of run away with ourselves, they don't include another aircraft. You're not going to see another aircraft in the sky refueling it. However, they do simulate your fuel tanks either being refueled or fueling the other aircraft. So, long haul flights are possible in this aircraft, which is absolutely savage news, right? It's savage. Look at the state of this thing, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to fly this aircraft. My poor wallet, right? One day I was like, there's there's just so much good stuff coming. There just is. There's a heap of stuff on the way. An absolute heap of stuff on the way, right? And absolutely fantastic. Look at the cut of it. I can't wait. They even have the rotating beacons as rotating beacons. They move and they, you know what I mean? They do their stuff. It looks phenomenal. So great news from Just Flight. They're also working on other projects, but the Vulcan is now center stage. Now, the last thing we're going to chat about, this is important. I can't even gauge the amount of work that has gone into what goes on in the background, right? Gibbo 6 Knots and Rambog Mord have been working on this. I said Muse as well, but sure, Muse is there for, moral support, right? But the three lads, like, I get involved every now and again to say, how is, looks great. That's about my impact in all of this. So what's happened so far in the back end of what goes on behind the scenes when it comes to the stats console for Firefly Air? This is what records all the mileage, the hours, the aircraft you fly, the regions that you fly, the total distance our entire airline flies. Well, this is where they're recorded. And up until the other day, 6 Knots and Ironbird were doing this manually. They were going onto FS Hub, they were getting all the data, transferring it across, eating a ham sandwich, and then typing up everything manually. And we have over 500 pilots on Firefly Air. That's a huge task, right? So a bit of help was brought in the shape and form of Rambog Mord, who has been able to use technological wizardry to entirely automate this process. He's managed to link the data coming out of FS Hub into a place and back into our website. And that's where Gibbo comes in, by pulling this information and able to display it through our website, but also giving us a bit of direction of what it is we want to see. The biggest challenge we've had with these stats were the slow loading times of trying to get this information up on your screen, right? Hey, Colonel Fork is here. It's good to see you. So I want to show you some of these things. This is still work in progress. In terms of how everything's going to look, well, we're still working on those ideas. In terms of what data we want to show, well, we're still working on these ideas. But just in case, you weren't aware of all the things being tracked, there's an absolute lot of stuff, right? So you ramble over to twotonemurphy.com, you go to Firefly Air, and you click on Firefly Air Stats. And you're met now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. It used to be 8, right? And we have yesterday's heroes. So it'll show you the fuel burn, the smoothest landing. Muse fan, you're first place. Oh no, you're not. You're last place. But you're in last place in the top league. Jesus. Total nautical miles travelled. There's some amazing stuff here. And there's a bit of information in relation to how it's all set up and the updates. The data is now being updated. And what you see is no more than 12 hours old, which is fantastic. There's also some interesting new factoids, as in how many times the airline has travelled around the moon and the distance left to reach Mars. That's just based on how much we're actually flying, right? It's brilliant. We also have then our XP, target XP for opening hubs. Some nice clocks thrown in there as well. The total hours, the distance flown, and some of the average landing rates. But if we have a look at some of the other stats, everything loads very fast now. And if you find yourself, the page is just loading and loading, click back a page and then click back in a page. It's like some weird kind of a refresh thing. But the important thing is here, the data has now been automated. It's been automated, which means now 6 knots gets to sit back and drink tea all day. You know, well, he doesn't, but you know what I mean. So my hats are off to the three lads for putting countless hours into this stuff. Constantly thinking and tweaking, hey, how do I change this, or how can we get to do that? Rambog has done incredible work on the coding side of things. He left us all kind of standing there, you know, like you're waiting on a bus that drove past 20 minutes ago. Where is it? No. Right, he's done mad things. And as I said, Kieran has been putting everything in manually, which is absolutely nuts. So you can look at all these pages, home, the Firefly Air stats, then you can look at your stats. You can actually search for your name. You're in there. You can find out all your own stats, right? So if, for example, we wanted to go to, you know that big Aegis. You know the big Aegis. Look, two-tone Murphy, right? This Aegis. Well, it's going to load up my stats, right? Viper Strike, I did. I got your stuff earlier on, right? Now again, if it doesn't load straight away, click back and click in again. Two-tone Murphy, give it a second. From the 1st of November to the 7th of November, it probably doesn't have any data, lads. Let's go from the 1st of October. Right, load her in there now. Oh, in there, you devil, you. And we should be grand. And away she populates and we're good. It depends on how much time you're flying on the airline, yeah? But you can see what it's doing. It shows you, you know, how many departures, total flights, average landing, all that jazz is there. And this is your stats, right? Deadly. We also have the league tables. Look how quick that loaded, right? We've all the league tables. You haven't flown last week, Egypt. Right, you know, I just realised that now, right? And then you have the non-league. So those of you who aren't necessarily flying an awful lot within a league, well, we can track to see what you're doing as well, if you just want to do a couple of different flights. How awesome is that? They're rookie numbers, right? Murph, any news on the TFDI MD-11 that was supposed to release today? Fly bad, no sign of it yet. No sign of it yet. Do you know? Lads, I just want to convey a massive thanks to Rambog, to 6 Knots, and to Gibbo, because you don't see what they do in the background. We've had chats during the week, you know what I mean? To be on and we'll be chatting and I come up with stupid ideas to, hey, can you get it to make toast? Right, it doesn't. Right? The lads are doing some amazing things, and like there's so much more on the way. But this had to get a mention because as we look at this, for us, this is ground breaking because it's automated. It's absolutely freaking deadly. So if we can get the Gibbo emotes into the chat there, please, to say, well done, lads, you's absolute bunch of legends. Yeah. Fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. So a round of applause there for the boys. Now, we're going to be doing one of these, but before I do that, lads, well, I've been working on, you know the way I work on things. And, well, I want to go over here because we're going to have a little chat here now for a few minutes. Do we have a bit of kind of, we do. We have a bit of kind of stuff here now. Don't mind me, I'm just going to look for a button. Yep. No. Yeah. No. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. Yes. Colonel Fork says, can you start from the top of the hour? I will. Hang on, I'll press the button. Gosh. Ooh, beat the Jesus, lads. Ooh, beat the Jesus. That's me Discord, look. SO. Hello. This is a new thing. I'm still working on it, mind you. But we're getting there. There should be an overlay up there. There is. Then we have some screenage here beside us, right? And, well, this is where I just want to hang out with you guys for a minute. The camera angle makes me feel funny. Ooh, behave. Anyway, this is just a new element to have an old chat and an old, do you know, right? So, where's this button? It's a floating TV, lads, right? I was busy installing stuff. But anyway, couple of minutes. out of the news there this evening, and we covered a fair bit, right? What was your favourite or most interesting development? What bit of the news did you kind of say, Jesus, I can't wait for that? Let me know. We'll chat about it, right? Fireside Firefly chat. Tiny Husker do. It's all ahead of us. But out of all the news tonight, what's the biggest bit of news, if you like, that you're looking forward to, right? Hummingbird redeeming the lights. We count on the... Wait and you see this, Dougal. Give it a second now. No hands now, right? If this works, I'm a genius. If this doesn't work, I'm not a genius. Oh, Jesus! I'm a genius, look! It's doing a thing! All right! We can count the grey hair from this view, he said. Shouldn't have put up that one at all. Right? Jesus. Anyway, apart from the messing, what did you think of the news tonight? I'm just waiting for Gibbo to say something. I'm just waiting. There's something going to be brilliant. 99 grey hairs. Looking forward to the Vulcan, says Sean Dale. Gonna go mosey over to finally check out DCS. Ooh. DCS looks amazing. And like with that F4 in there, deadly. It just looks deadly. And Orbex and everything coming for it as well, lads. I mean, come on, right? Hey, Cyrus T is here. Looking forward looking forward to the Vulcan, says Cyrus, right? Goblin Zeus likes the Lancaster or the B-17. It looked incredible, doesn't it? Give this a second now. Give this a second. Hang on. We'll even make it better looking with this. How much is it going to cost us to replace the Dell logo? Oh, wait! I have a sticker for that! I'll get you sorted, Gibbo. I have a sticker here for that. It says NASA. I got it in NASA, right? Thinking of picking up the shorts cargo variants. They look pretty cool. They look fantastic. Stream room is looking great these days. Thank you, Cobra. That Phantom is... Paparazzi says, the Phantom is what has me seriously looking at DCS. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts when you think about it. What do you reckon about the Innibills tease? What airport do you reckon that it is? Well, that's the thing, right? When it comes to what Innibills showed off, they showed off 2 vehicles. Nothing major about them, but they look to be somewhere in the class of a now Lamborghini, I would have thought. And it looks like something that would appear to be in the UAE. I just thought was interesting, right? I thought that was interesting. Can we put Gibbo on the monitor? Yeah, of course we can. We'll call it Gibbo Cam. I wish I had a big funny picture right now. I want to give DCS a go. Wombat says, any news on the DC Designs SU-27? Well, it has been released. I haven't flown it yet. Colonel Fork has flown it, but I will be flying it fairly soon, right? €20 for the chair, right? Gibbo, you genius. They've confirmed it's not Dubai, apparently a smaller airport in the UAE, correct? Once I get some more news from Innibills are sound, they'll be like, Murph, come on, time to show it off, you know? Maybe Grand Theft Flight Sim in the works with all the vehicles about, right? Yeah, the Demos one on the... Oh, wait, it's Demos who did the SU-27, not DC Designs. That's interesting. Super Typhon says, I recently installed this screen just to show... brilliant. Looking forward to the Texan 2 review. Interesting plane. Yeah. DC Flanker's not out yet. No, the Demos one is out. The Demos one is out, which is grand. Colonel Fork was kind of messing around in that, and he said, yeah, it's pretty good. So we'll have to check it out. A Super Typhon says, I just recently installed this screen to show everyone I'm pro at reading everything. Or words to that effect. I'm just waiting for Mr. Two-Tone to bump into that monitor and break absolute havoc. Oh, it's happened twice, don't worry. It's happened 3 times, right? And the gas thing is, right, I've other things that I can press here as well. For instance, we can change the screen completely to this, right? And I need to get transitions and all that working. Need to charge the batteries. Whose batteries? Oh yeah, them batteries. Yeah. So it'll go to different kind of stuff, and I'm going to add stuff in, you know. And then we have this screen as well. Remember I did this crack here the other day, and that's actually showing my location in the sim. So the top one is a radar showing exactly where my aircraft is, and the bottom one is Navigraph. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So the idea being is, and we have a picture of the sim up here. The idea being is, you know, in the cruise. Well, sure, we'll come on in here for the cruise. And I'll tell you something, I might even get the keyboard out. You wouldn't know your luck, lads. You wouldn't know your luck. Anyway, moving on. I need to, I'll orchestrate that better. Patrick Doyle, good to see you. Welcome in. Murph, remind me of a modern day Val Dunican. Patrick, Murph, any recommendations for VR headsets? What one was Alison Johnson using? Is that the Pimax? I think it is. It's supposed to be very, very good. But yes, just wait for Keen to show up. Right. So this aircraft here, lads, look at this. The Saab B17 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, right? Saab B17. Energizer. I should actually get a couple of pictures of me Skoda. That's a great idea. Anyway, this new local legend has been released in the sim. We're going to have a quick blast of this now. I'm trying to remember who made it. Was it Anybills who made this, lads? No? I thought it was. I could be very wrong. I thought it was Anybills, no? He's never heard of... No, Val Dunican. Who's Val Dunican? Googling intensifies. Hang on, Val Dunican. Hang on. Oh, Michael Valentine. Oh, why didn't you say that? Pimax or Varo Aero, pretty grand. The HP Reverb G2 is still a good deal considering the price. Anybills got credit for the Saab, I think. Ah, okay, Sterling. Anybills made this. Thanks, lads. Yeah, Anybills behind this one. So we gave a bit of a read up about this aircraft at the start. Started flying there in 1940, I think it was. Let's have a look. Produced by Saab, and she went on to fly then for the Ethiopian Air Force. Let's check it out, right? Try and pronounce the full Saab name, Murph. Sure. Svenska Aeroplan Aktiebolag. Right, I mean, even that sounded brilliant, right? Sterling says, hard to say I have any interest in this plane, though Anybills is okay. Anybills are very good. Let's have a look, right? Let's not get kind of bogged down with who we think and who we don't. Let's have a look for what this thing's, right? Clap your hands and sound out if you have to. Ah, Jesus. That was brilliant. What are you talking about? That's how you say Saab. Let us look at the finer details of this interesting airplane, right? So you can see from the engine, there's beautiful detailing here. Look how good that friggin' thing looks. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty, right? The spinner looks grand. Hamilton standard propellers, they all look grand. Look at the landing gear and look at these massive struts on the front. For aerodynamic purposes, they're just covers, essentially. That's what they are, right? But they add to the aerodynamics of the aircraft. The reason being is, if you look at the wing, well, the landing gear don't necessarily retract into the body of the wing. Not at all. They just kind of fold onto the wing. And then you have these big, massive, sweet suffering, how's your looking driving trick gadgets that go over it, right? It's very, very interesting. Bit of sound is there, Murph. Right, so visually, I think it is beautiful. I think it's really, really nice. Wheel pressure, grand, okay. Visually, the model work on this, the attention to detail on this, I think they've done a great job here, lads. It looks stunning. It just does. There's no point saying it doesn't. It looks very, very nice indeed. For what it is, it's a stunning aircraft. And they've even included the little kind of stuff, you know what I mean? The bomb window and so on, right? And the attention to detail on the landing gear, on the struts, with the texture work, the dirt, the grime, all of that, top notch here, lads, right? So what we're going to do, well, we're going to try and fire it up, listen to the sounds and see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? So welcome to the cockpit. Yes. And again, texture-wise, fantastic, right? So a bit of familiarization. Left-hand side, right-hand side. There's nothing really right beside you. Everything is kind of, you know, it's half left or indeed half right, with a modern transponder thrown in for good measure, all right? So in order to be able to fly this machine, well, put a prop forward, mixture forward. What does that do? Don't know what that does. Let's go have a look here. Ah, yes, get our lights on. That's like Latin or. Let's leave it on that side for the crack. Reserve pump. Some lightages. The night lighting on this now is sweet. We'll have a look at this now in a moment, right? Fuel tank. You need to come up. Fuel pump or primer. And there's good sounds here, right? shouldn't we have like a little fuel pump, an electrical fuel pump in this? We should, shouldn't we? Let's have a look. That looks good. Oh, we better close the canopy, Murphy. Let fierce loud, fierce quick. Canopy works. You can also open the window. Nice, nice. It works. It works. If Murph won't be completely fluent in Swedish after this plane, I own McGuinness. Right. It looks brilliant. Now, right. Mags, Murph. Mags. Yes, yes, yes. Mags are on. That's the starter. I thought there was a button here for the fuel pump. No? What does that do? That's a reserve pump. Okay. But there's no electrical pump in what you can see. So we're just going to do what Murphy does best. We'll just give it a bash and see what happens. I like your thinking too. Right, clear prop. It didn't like that, lads. So she's not getting fuel, so hang on. There's got to be a button here for fuel. Jesus. If I was a fuel pump switch, where would I live? Let's see. Put that over. That does nothing. Put that back on. That's me prop, is it not? That's me prop. Yes, yes. Mixtures to full. Yeah, hang on. Here's buttons over here, look. Battery temperature, voltage. Yeah, they're all grand. Avionics, leave them off. Here's PSI. Don't know what that does. Here we go. Here we go. I have a good feeling about this one, lads. What the? That's like a trim or something. It makes a loud sound. Let's not break it. Right, we'll try that again, shall we? Clear prop. Look at that mad ease you're trying to take off. You're going sideways, plane. That's how they fly in. That's how they fly in this neck of the woods. Jesus. Right, we're getting closer. I can sense it. I'm just forgetting a friggin' switch. Where's the... hang on. Don't know. They're the flaps. Right, okay. What do you do? The Luftspal something. Could be the landing gear for all I know. Couldn't tell you, right? Need Google Translate to find... No, we'd be grand. We just need to find where the fuel pump is. Let's go there. Come on, you devil! We're getting closer. Oh, that was a Bombay, was it? Did that model the Bombay? I'm not quite sure. Stand by your right leg, I think. Well, there's your fuel kind of shut-off valve. Reserve tank. I'm on the reserve tank, right? And I've turned on the reserve fuel pump. Oh, there it is. Look, here's moving now. Now we're talking. I reckon now this time it's going to work. Bit of pumpage here now, right? Bit of pumpage. Right, we try it now, lads. Clear prop. Sometimes my genius creates money. Right, brilliant. Let's get a sound of this thing outside. Yeah, the sounds are quite good. Hey, Io Scotsman is here. It's good to see you, man. Very welcome in. Good to see you. Right, let's see what happens here now. Brakes off. Little notch of flaps, and let's see what happens. Turn on some, like, stuff, Murph. Dish. Dish. Yes. Let's see what happens here, right? What do you think of this? Oh, Jesus. What do you think of this so far, lads? Where was that mad lead you're taking off from? We'll just go this way, right? We'll just go this way. I couldn't tell you how this is all going to transpire, but sure, we'll figure it out together, right? Are we ready? Power coming in. Abort! Shh, shh, it's fine. It's not fine. Jesus! I almost ran out of runway. It's totally fine. Let's look at the old gear animation. Look at the state of this. So bring the flaps in. And the gear animation, right? Oh yeah, that's very nice. The prop spinner looks the job, doesn't it? Wombi, is this the airport you made? Love your work, man. Beautiful. Isn't this a pretty airplane? Muse fan is right. I won't get that. Okay. Bring the power back a bit. Look at the scenery. It's nice, isn't it? What do you think of this, lads? Well, I'll show you the night lighting. Ooh, and friggin' isn't this nice? Isn't this nice? Disappear my mallet head out of this for the moment. Have a look at this. So can I just say, right, as a warbird, it's very pretty. It's basic, but it's very pretty. It flies well, it handles well. It's nowhere near as maneuverable as what, you know, a Hurricane or a Spitfire or even any of the Messerschmitts will give you. It's heavy, it's cumbersome. It's a huge canopy cockpit. Look at the size of the freaking cockpit on it. It's massive, look. Look at the size of that canopy. It's absolutely huge. But I think it's a fantastic addition to the sim. I think it's fantastic. It's brilliant. It looks the part, it sounds great, and it is a very, very unusual airplane, isn't it? It's very unusual. For $10, it's great value. Oh yeah. Oh yes. So what do you think, lads? Between the world update and this airplane, I gotta say hats off to Microsoft, because we do have a fantastic place to go exploring now. Really cool, but I just want the C-130. Yeah. Like, that's one thing I will say about the local legends. I never knew that Saab made a B-17. Never knew. And like, it'd be interesting to see what sort of missions these things flew back in the day. Do you know what I mean? Reconnaissance, what did they get up to? Not only that, how did they manage in the adverse weather? So in terms of like what we have simulated here in the aircraft, there's quite a lot of detail going on, right? And pretty much everything works. Pretty much everything works. Landing lights. I don't know what half the stuff does yet, but I'll figure it out. Bomb bays. I don't know what that does. Or that for that. What's that one? There are the flaps. Oh, that's the landing gear handle. Man Murphy. Yeah, big idiot. Right, that's the landing gear. This is doing the thing. I don't know what it is for, though. Is it oxygen, maybe? I don't know. Hangar Studios for 24-hour sale. Oh, nice, Sean. Nice. Hey, B. Carlo was here. Good to see you. These are the Bombay doors, look. Can we not drag it now? Okay, they need to fix that. It's like, that's going to break your heart. I don't know. Oh, yeah, like, lads, will you just give us a little switch for this? Your hand would be jaded. Hang on, I'm just opening the Bombay doors. Just have a cup of tea there, lads. That's all I'm waiting. Yeah, that's a roller switch. That's no good at all. You just need to fix that one, lads. There's no way to manipulate this other than... Well, you just press and hold it, I suppose. Look at them opening! Open the pod bay doors, Hal. Sorry, Dave, I can't do that. Ah! Oh, that's kind of nice. They've simulated the bay doors. Is that still freaking spinning, is it? Okay, now they're open. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Someone forgot to load the bombs. Return to base. There's nice detail, though. I'll give them that. There's nice detail, isn't there? Jesus, I nearly hit that mountain. Look, that would have been friggin' hilarious. Could you imagine? Oh, Jesus. They forgot to model the floor, so that's really the pilot release door. Yeah. It's the poop deck. Chiba Hawk is here. It's good to see you. I think it's very good. I like it. It gets my seal of approval because, well, it's a warbird that I like, but I think they did a great job on it. The sounds, I think, might need a little bit of work. No, they don't actually. They're good. They're pretty good. So, it's time to move on. The Saab B17 has been released from Microsoft Flight Sim, and as I said, it was $9.99 for me because I have the Premium Deluxe. Otherwise, I think it's $14.99 to pick it up yourself within the simulator, which isn't bad at all, right? It isn't bad at all. So, next up, lads, I'm going to be checking out the Texan 2 by Iris Simulations, right? And I'm looking forward to this one an awful lot because, well, hopefully my sim loads here. If it doesn't, we'll have to, do something else. It's not loading at all. It's absolutely frozen on like frozen. But it's grand. We'll figure it out together, right? We'll figure it out together. What was I going to do here now? Oh, yeah. Right, yeah. It doesn't seem to be doing that much there at all, does it? Oh, no, there it is. She loaded. It got worried because I was giving out to it, lads. Right, so T6. There she be. Now, you have two variants of this. You have the T6. Let's just put in Texan. You have a T6B Texan 2 and also the T1 Texan, which I thought was interesting. I'm going to go for the T1 there. And I'm going to horse it into some New Zealand. I think we have New Zealand colours. That's the RAF. New Zealand. The Royal New Zealand Air Force. Jesus, they have a good few. The Red Knights. Oh, look at that. They have a good few here. The American stuff, look. These are the liveries, of course. US Air Force. The Mexican lads. Right? Jeez, that's very good. Yeah, so we have the Texan 2 and the Texan 1. Texan 1 then, let me see. Roulette. Black and white. Outback Skies. Combat Flight Melbourne. That's pretty awesome. Right, so there's nice stuff there, right? Let's go to the old Royal New Zealand Air Force for the crack. And I need to go to, what was it called? Tatenhill. Let's check out Tatenhill. Tatenhill. Let's hope this loads in now and it doesn't crash, right? It's not unlike the PC-21. I agree. It's very, very similar, right? Very similar. Hopefully my sim doesn't crash and let's see what happens, right? I think they fly this one a bunch, in a bunch of countries. They do. It's very, very similar to that of course, the PC-9. You know what I mean? But this should be interesting now as we load this in. Zybok redeeming me white lights. Come on, Zybok, you dibble you. Up the yard. Now, what do we want to do here? Oh, yes, we want to do this. We want to put in the Texan, the Iris Texan. Now, hopefully my sim loads. I'd be quite upset if it doesn't. It's not looking good, lads, is it? It's thinking about it. Oh, wait. I think the thing is aware of what we're talking about. Come on, load you devil. Now, what we're looking for here, yes, the Air Force Series Texan. $34.99 is what this aircraft is, right? Not as fast as the PC-21, but as a sim product, it's more refined and the avionics are a bit better than what's in the PC-21. That's coming in from Colonel Fork, who knows a thing or two about flying these things, right? So, under no circumstances is any component of this product intended to replace or complement any form of the real-world training material. That's fair enough. It loaded in without crashing. We're on, brilliant! I'll give it a second. Yes. Reset the views. Hop out. Look at this. We're beside a little old Cessna. So this is our T-6 Texan. It looks very nice. It looks beautiful, right? Now I have come across well, it could have been fixed. There was a bug that one of the screens kept turning off. But anyway, we won't get too excited, right? The description of this aircraft, it's also known as the Beech T-6 Texan or the Raytheon T-6 Texan. And it's a tandem seat turboprop military trainer aircraft used by the US Air Force, United States Navy, and various other air forces around the world. It is a versatile aircraft designed for pilot training, but can also be used for light attack and reconnaissance missions. This aircraft has become a staple in military training programs, and it offers a cost-effective and versatile platform for preparing pilots for more advanced and specialized aircraft. Right? Who be this? Cavitran, thank you very much. Is Sim Update 15 released? No. World Date 15 is released. Sim Update 14, I think, is later on. Do the TACANs work? I'm unsure. I don't think so. Ultimately, the level of immersion and usability of the HUD will depend on individual preferences. They need to be sure that the non-collimated nature of the HUD might result in some limitations, particularly when it comes to the perceived distance and positioning of the displayed elements. I'm going to show you that here now in a moment, right? So, well, from an exterior point of view, lads, Iris Simulations, they did the same with the Pilatus PC-21. It looks absolutely incredible. This is of, you know, the same quality. The same quality. It looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They've done a great job here. The reflections, the texture work here, the wear and tear in places. It's all bang on the money. It looks
dreamy,
gorgeous.
sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Muttley, that was quite terrifying. But thank you for that. I nearly bit my tongue. Right. Look at the reflections there, look. Isn't that gorgeous, isn't it? Right? Stunning. You know, it's relatively sharp decals all over the aircraft depending on the livery. All right. Looking underneath the aircraft, you can see the landing gear. And again, they're nicely modelled. You have the landing gear light. That looks superb. Oh, yeah. Look at the state of that, look. Yeah, that looks nice. You know, tyre animation or the tyres, yeah, they're basic, but you're like, you're not going to get that close to it. And then moving around toward the rear of the aircraft, again, it's just done really, really well. I think they've done a great job of this thing. It looks stunning. It looks absolutely stunning. The HUD is awful in VR, says Awful What now. That's going to be a limitation with the HUD. Yes, I agree. So let's jump in and have an old gawk here, shall we? So we'll reset the camera and we'll jump in. So anyone who's flown the PC-21, you're going to be fairly at home with this thing already. They're very similar. Your front seat, your back seat, again, everything's controllable in both areas. So it's up to you what position you want to fly from. Bit of cockpit familiarization. We can open the canopy. Let that open up. And if we have a look down the sides here, well, we can see circuit breakers. They're not modelled. I don't want to press that button. That looks like that'll jump us out of the thing. We do have your seat adjuster. Fire testing. Your lamp testing. You have your, what are they? Fuel, right? Setting your bingo fuel and so on. You have your main throttle, engine control unit, and engine shut-off valve. You have your external lighting. You have your trim connects. You have your landing gear. You have your emergency landing gear, flap indicator. You have all the glass, right? And your heads-up display up on top. You have some comm switches down here. They're not modelled. Moving down to the right-hand side now, you have your battery, your generators, you have your starters, then you have your booster pumps, avionics, your anti-ice, you have environmental settings, and then you have oxygen down here. And then you have your radio comms, right? So, what do we do here? Well, let's start it up, shall we? So, we go back to our canopy, bring you down and close you. Very good, very good. And we're going to start putting a bit of power into this aircraft. So we're going to start off with the battery. Nice. And we can see we have some options here. You can turn the smoke on or off. Stores could be full. Wheel chocks auto. Covers auto. Air crew. You can do all these things just by matter of clicking them. GPU has been fitted. And you get the GPU outside the aircraft. Nice. Get rid of that. So what I want to do, I want to start up this machine. So I'm going to turn on the generator from here. Auxiliary battery can come on. Ignition switch can be turned on in a moment. I want to get some booster pumps. I also want to get our anti-collision lights and our nav lights turned on. Some lights turned on here as well. Relatively simple to start this aircraft. Now we do have the engine cut off. Fuel is moving. Ignition on. And we'll go for start. Thinking back, I probably shouldn't have put fuel in straight away. Yeah, we should be okay. Hey, Dibby G, thank you very much indeed for the Prime subscription. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. Cheers. Yeah, that was probably a hot start. Totally fine. If only there was a checklist. Is there a checklist, Colonel Fork? Checklists are like instructions for the man when he buys things. We immediately put them down. We don't need these. There is a checklist. All right, okay. Right. There's a checklist. There's actually a good manual with this. Anyway, right, so. Systems are now up and running. Aircraft is up and running. Go to our booster pump, turn them off. Probes, anti-ice, just make sure they're working. Open the bus ties. What else do we need to do here? Fuel transfer, we're not worried about. Oxygen, come on. Pitched. This is the heads-up display, lads, and this is why it's annoying. See the way I'm moving away from the heads-up display unit, but the HUD stays there? Here at Firefly Air, we laugh at checklists. That's the problem with the HUD on this, lads. It's going to absolutely annoy the bejesus out of some people. But the developer hasn't hidden the fact that this is an issue. They're telling you this is an issue. Now, whether or not they can get this thing working, I don't know. But at the moment, that's the way the HUD operates. Not ideal. Not ideal. But it is what it is, right? So sounds outside. Let's have a listen. So it sounds pretty good, right? Space Debris, welcome in. Good to see you, man. Happy Wednesday. So yeah, this sounds pretty good, right? Okay, lights. Let's keep on them. So we're going to say taxi lights, landing lights. They all look good to me. And all the systems we can play around with here. As Colonel Fork rightly said, there is a bit more depth when it comes to some of the systems on the aircraft. It's nice. It's just nice. What else can we do? We can see aircraft power or AFCS. Pitch hold. Essentially your autopilot, yeah? Let's see. PFD. We can change all this though. Brighten it up, dim it down. PFD source on or off, VOR, TCN, or Yeah, TCN works. FMS, G reset, VOR. Like, you can see all this information that we can turn on here, yeah? Which dev made this one? This is from Iris Simulations. It's a pretty good job, right? Pretty good job. Multiplayer sortie, true. Ah, single pilot, sorry, gotcha, okay. Aircrew solo, both, or absent, so you put in solo or both. Stores full, smoke single, or dual. So they become smoke pods. Stores empty. I thought you could change that, no? Okay, taxi. Let's take it out for a quick spin. Nose wheel steering, Murph. What are we forgetting here, Murph? Oh no, she's on the brakes. Never mind, differential braking, that's okay. Looks custom, maybe and actually finished as compared to the PC21. It's better than the PC21. That's my understanding of it. She's just better. The lighting is good. Dougal says, Iris are good people too. I lost my add-ons once and they gave me every one of them they gave back to you? No way! Jays, it's just as well I don't have to, you know, position aircraft in the real world. Jesus, Murphy, look at the state of that turn. That's awesome, Dougal. Come on now, Betsy, will you turn there, will you? There you go. Okay, so we're going to go for a notch of flaps here for takeoff. And we're going to try and fly this machine, right? Are we ready? Okay, let's boogie. Woohoo! Good sounds. Speed live. There's 70. There's 90. Oopsie daisy. Whoa! Gear up. Very pretty, this one. So the only thing is the hood. If you can get over the hood, I think you're going to be good. You know what I mean? Front wheel isn't animated. I don't think it is. It rotates, but it doesn't turn. I noticed that as well. So you'll see the difference in speed. By now the PC21 will be hovering at around 200 knots. This is considerably slower. This is about 140, right? But the dials, everything's easy to read. It flies well. It handles very, very well. It's quite nimble in the air. Great sound effects. The trim is fairly good as well. We got a smoke button here somewhere? I think we do. So it's a matter of getting your trims kind of set up. Air conditioning, RAM airflow. Essentially your pressurization, yeah? I believe the weight in pounds of the rocket and gun pod is 1,068. Nice. What do you think of it, lads? Dougal. No filter. This is the work of Rex AccuSeason. So see all the ground colours? That's Rex AccuSeason at work, lads. Nice, F. My 7th reload of the sim. Oh yeah, dude, I know your pain. Been there, man. Been there. So if anyone wants to know how good Rex AccuSeason is, you're looking at it. Watch the cruise. What are the nav options? Nav options, it can follow VOR, TACAN, and GPS. Cruise options would be Well, based on your autopilot, right? So hang on. So we have your ECAS menu. So we can go altitude heading. So we're going to say altitude hold. We're going to say VS hold. And now we can start changing things around. Pretty handy. Scorpio. No, I don't think so, Scorpio. I've never had an issue with FPS with AccuSeason. Cruise speed is about 250. Yeah, so we're sitting on around 270 now, but I'm on rental power. So we bring the power back to where it belongs. Roughly there, yeah. And you'll see that speed dwindle back. She'll hold around kind of 240, 250. It's a beautiful little airplane, lads. And it's so close to the friggin' to the PC9. It's so close. Looks good, sounds good, and as Colonel Fork said, it is better than the PC21, as in it's more refined from Iris, right? However, the HUD is a bit of an issue. What about nighttime? Ooh, and, you know, very simple nighttime lighting, but we can turn them on here now. Turn that one off, actually, if you just want. There you go. So
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, that was terrifying. This is your night lighting, and then outside the aircraft can't see much. We have no strobe lights. And we do, they're on the side. Strobe lights aren't great. To be fair, they're crap. Yeah, so your exterior night lighting isn't great. Your interior night lighting is good. Not bad at all, lads. Not bad at all. Now, where's the smoke switch? If I was a smoke switch...
You have a lovely voice. Very like Celine Dion.
Meanwhile, Kibbo is leaping out of his seat because someone turned off his lights. Where's the friggin' smoke switch? Huh. Must be a switch here somewhere. Oxygen. What is it? Turn the old radio down more, will you? Power. Let me see here now. Air conditioning, turn it on. Yes, we've all this lovely stuff working. Fuel, gens. Flip all the switches. Yeah, I find that usually works. Is there an ejector seat? Oh, hang on. There's a button there for the... That hardly moves, does it? Seat adjust, up or down? No. I don't see a button for the smoke switch. It does work. Your bleed air is off. Your bleed air is off. Wait, what is it? Where'd you see that, Colonel Fork? What does that do? That did something. I can't undo what I've just done, lads. Your balls! It's totally fine, lads. There's nothing to worry about here. You passed over it looking for the smoke. Alright. What do you think of it? Isn't it pretty? I think it's pretty. Right hand console. Right hand console. Air conditioning on. Evap blower. Oh, bleeds. Turn them on, you big Aegis. Sorry, Colonel Fork. Come on yourself. Okay, my bleeds are back on now. Right display, upper left corner. Yeah, I can see that, but there's no way to turn it on. And then if I hit maintenance, I think it breaks. Oh no, it works, look. Equipment configuration. Every day is a test pilot. It just is. Look at that! The old prop disc is a bit on the weird side, but it's grand. If only they said it in the manual. If only Murphy read the manual. The smoke does work though, just in case you were wondering, you know. It's beautiful, isn't it? Manuel! See? Okay. So, the T-6 Texan 2 by Iris Simulations, available now for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think it's very good. If you have the PC21, it's going to be a hard decision to say, I want that. However, if you are looking at this nice turboprop for a bit of military training and what have you, well, I think it's definitely worth a look, right? So we'll report back to the airport because, well, I want to show you this airport from Burning Blue Design, right? If you want to get into DCS, you'll want to read the manuals. Read the really? Come on, it'll be more fun if we don't have that manuals, right? Let's have a quick look around the old airfield, shall we? And as I said, like Burning Blue, they do great work here, lads, right? So we'll come out here to kind of the hedgerows. Just to have an old gawk, lads. Just to have an old gawk. So they tend to include kind of the local buildings, right? In the areas. And to give us kind of a greater sense of what's going on here, of what the runway is, remember, this was RAF Tatenhill back in the 40s. And then it was updated in the 1980s. And then it got itself some very fancy concrete runways, which is great. But there's a lot of history here, right? Jesus, what's that place there, I wonder? It's very sophisticated. It's like a sports ground, right? What I love what Burning Blue Design do, because they add just a bit of character to your scenery. Do you know what I mean? So we'll ramble in down here. With a discount, it's okay, as I already have the PC21. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so let's look at this. A couple of helicopter areas over here. Nice. Yes. We have our fueling stations. That's what I love. See look at that, right? We talk about, you know, the photo texturing. They're like photographs that were taken from the site. Isn't it brilliant? It's done really, really well. Now, don't mind me for the minute. I'm on a hunt for a Skoda, and if I find a Skoda, lads, right? I keep saying this to the lads. Just put in a Skoda, will you? Stop the messing. Currently, there's no sign of a Skoda. But let's look at this. Something worth flying for. Interesting. Ooh. Here we have the entrance into Tatenhill Aviation. Please visit our cafe and book a trial flying experience. You can learn to fly here. Call in or telephone. I wonder, what if we rang them numbers? Are they the real numbers? They'd hardly be working at this time of night. Hang on a second. Never thought of doing this. What would that be from here? 0044, wouldn't it? 575283. 1283 575283. 1283. Calling. And we have a listen.
Oh, behave.
Sky Command is here.
It is open every day of the week and weekends from 9 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you require any information, or please...
It works! Hang, shh. We'll ring them again. We'll ring them again because she said hello and welcome. Listen. Wait now.
Thank you for calling Tatenhill Aviation. The office is now closed, but is open every day.
Jesus, that's deadly. Imagine. Hello, I'm ringing you here from a simulator. I got lost, but I found your airport in the sim. Could you imagine the crack, lads? Muse fan just gifted a tier 1 sub to Sky Command. Thank you very much indeed, Muse. And Sky, welcome in, man. Hope you're keeping well. We've just tested some science. Don't ring the Midlands Air Ambulance. Jesus, no, we'll get in trouble now if we do that. That's brilliant, isn't it? Hello? Brilliant. Anyway, the things we do. Right, the Flight Deck Cafe. Let us ramble. Well, it's very kind of nice here, isn't it? Yes. We'll walk in this way now. Parking for staff only. Visitors use the outer car park. For God's sake. Oh, there's the jacks. Yes. Toilets. Very important, right? Let's go around to the right. Oh, it's very nice. Aerofly. No, Aerobility. Brilliant. Right, let's ramble in. Look at this state. Yes. Looking very good. No Skodas, though. It's all right. I'll console myself later. Look at this. The Air Ambulance. Welcome to the Midland Air Ambulance. Epic Fool is going to be all over this place. There's your BMW X5, look. Ooh. Saving lives by saving time. I like that. Let's have a look now. In fairness to them, they'd have modelled a Tesla. Ah, that's brilliant. They've modelled a Tesla, lads. Look, not brilliant, isn't it? Ah, jeez, look at the detail on that Tesla. Jesus, it's very good, isn't it? I think that's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Right, ramble on. What's over this one? Oh, look at the nice picnic tables. Yes. This is very nice indeed. That's not a Skoda. Whoop you. Who asked you, Scorpio? Who asked you? Right. Oh, look, there's the Buccaneer. Brilliant. Where's this now? This is the back gate. This is all terribly military looking now, isn't it? The good old days of the RAF. Indeed. Let's check out the Buccaneer. Look at the detail, look. What does this say? Tatenhill Aviation. Caution. Entering airside. There's 2 of these down in Shannon, by the way. Look at that. Jeez, that's some detail, isn't it? For a static model? We need one of them in the sim as well. They were just a badass looking airplane, weren't they? Fantastic. Right, what else is it? Jeez, cracking little scenery, this one. Straw bales. Or they're hay bales. Billets, perhaps, for the flight crew back in the day? Very nice. So, what's going on down here? And what is the... Oh, they're T-hangers, look. Ah, brilliant. For the general aviation people. All the T-hangers, look. Yeah, that's pretty nice, actually, isn't it? I would like to see more hangars open so you can... You know what I mean? You can pick out your other one. This place is friggin' very nice. Another aircraft park up here. Very pretty. More over here. There's a Mercedes Sprinter van. What do you think of this little place, lads? Isn't it pretty? I think it's very good. They do incredible work. Like, it's the small little things, look. What's this here now? It's an interesting building. It's just a building. Nice. Okay, let's go on the air side here now, just to see what we can see. Okay, so here's our hangar. Here's our EC-135. Midlands Air Ambulance Charity. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yes, we like this, lads. We like this. And then we have all this stuff going on over here. So we have the Air Ambulance Centre. I love seeing this though. Like, I mean, think of the role-playing missions you'd have here. You know what I mean? You'd fly your air ambulance aircraft in, or you'd fly your chopper back to here, and then your air ambulance kind of rambles out again. You know what I mean? I'm liking this. Right, into the cafe. Oh, look at the people. They have people. Simulated people. Yes, yes. Yeah, very good. Oh, there's a tower there as well, look. We'll go into the cafe. The flight deck. Mind the decking. Do you ever slip on a decking? New Zealand people, just don't, you're not allowed to talk. She's having a burger and chips. And there's a coffee machine that says the real spirit of coffee. Coffee has a spirit? Interesting. There is a control tower. Let's ramble up. And yes, it's a tower with a dude standing in it. Just bought it. Selling point, air ability. Right. It's done very well. Fire truck. There's the lads having the crack. Is there anything in the hangar? No. Nothing in the hangar. So that's kind of it. Let's check out some night lighting, which I imagine is going to be fairly kind of straight. Well, it is fairly straightforward. I don't know what I pressed. There we go. Yeah, it is basic enough, but it's pretty. Nice spill.
Dreamy,
light.
sleepy, nighty,
Jesus.
snoozy, snooze.
Rad Baron, you divil. It's basic, but it's nice. Do you know what I mean? You gotta love the green chairs inside the little restaurant or a cafe. Nice going, Burning Blue. So it's a pretty little airport, lads. No point saying it's not. And again, there's good history here as well, so I think they've done a great job. It's just... They invite you in to explore these places in the sim. You're just flying along and next thing suddenly, boom, here's a whole load of stuff. And I love the history of these places. Like, it's a former RAF station training the Canadian lads. You know what I mean? It'd be great to get some local history about the place. But that is it. Tatenhill from Burning Blue Design, now available for the sim. I quite like that. I think it's nice. I think it's very nice. Right, lads, we now need to move on to another thing. The Black Box Simulations Shorts Regional Series. And it just tonight got an update. If anyone has it, it just received an update there this evening, right? Murph, I finally found the real root cause. Come on, brilliant! I just got news from Raoul at FS Reborn. They've just released, or they're going to release a patch, I think tomorrow, which is starting to fix some of the FPS data leaks that was happening in the FS Reborn FSR 500. I've now just received information from the man himself to say, Murph, I finally found the root cause. Version 1.09 will be made available very, very soon. That's great news. Just in time for Friday, 100%. Oh yeah, the Blaze. Yes, the A2A Comanche also got a substantial update, parking the use of its own sound engine, and it now uses the W-Wise sound set. Now, A2A haven't said it, and I haven't spoken to Scott about it, but if they're able to use W-Wise sounds, that means the potential of the A2A Comanche getting itself onto Xbox is so much closer. Just is. Because that was one of the biggest things holding it back. So the A2A Comanche received an update. It's now using W-Wise sounds. It doesn't need its own external little gadget to run the sounds. That could pave the way to get them onto Xbox. That's huge news. Huge friggin' news, right? Right, so we're going to check out the old shorts. Not my shorts. This short, here we go. Now, we're going to go with the 360. And I won't go with the Aer Lingus livery now. We'll go with something else, will we? Yeah, we'll go with something else. Oh, look, Qantas. Qantas flew these things? I have to say, I think the Aer Lingus one just looks the best. Screw it, we're going with the Aer Lingus one. And if you don't like it, well, tough, right? Let's go down to Kerry. Oh, wait, we go... Hang on now. AccuSim is still external, yes, but if they're able to get... The reason AccuSim is external is because W-Wise sounds couldn't be used. I think they used DirectX or something, you know? No bias whatsoever, not at all. Dublin, we'll go to Dublin, right? Qantas did fly them. That's nuts, isn't it? So anyway, the changelog to this aircraft, this got a patch here this evening. So they've added yoke visibility. Hangar livery image for all the cargo carriers are fixed. VR collision mesh has been fixed. Your sim has crashed. It was bound to happen. Duplicated switches have been fixed. The seating materials have been fixed. The internal flags caused a unlit multi-LED indicator. They fixed that. Autopilot disengage fixed. The Bendix King weather radar not booting up fixed. They've added A33 comm tuning options to enable change the entry. Okay. Third digit represented. Okay. They improved the narrow yokes, improved several tooltips, grand, improved DME mode switch, fixed the starter switches. What else did they do? Improved the lighting knob, fixed several switches mode, including the engine fire warning tests. It's huge. Each model is supposed to have its own cockpit. Be cool to see a couple of different models. Yeah, it does. Each type. The 330 is different than the 360. The 360 is different than the Sherpa, and so on. Right? Actually, they built a new airplane. They did a lot of fixes there. Considering this thing only released on was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. Today's Wednesday. Patch, boom, out. Right? Same with Raoul with the FS Reborn. He built the patch on Saturday afternoon, I think, because we pulled a late one on Friday night. Was it Friday night or Saturday night? I can't remember. Oh wait, it was Saturday night. It was Saturday night. And Nakaron, thank you very much indeed for the follow. Very kind of you, dude. And if you are watching on YouTube, lads, thank you very much indeed. Hope you're all keeping very well. Do be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. And of course, if you're here on Twitch, do be sure to hit the follow button. We're on the road to 9,000. Could you imagine having them all over for dinner? Could you imagine? Right? I think it'd be brilliant. Muse Fan will be providing the entertainment. Gibbo will be making the Gibbo will be in the bar making the drinks. Scott, I think, will make some chili. Dougal will be eating the biscuits. I was working alongside you, Murph. Yes. Sorry, Dougal. You were, as was Sim Tom. Because I saw Dougal actually. I saw the announcement because he got you to test it then, didn't he? Friggin' nuts, wasn't it? I tell you, it was gas, right? I was like, Raoul, it takes about 25 minutes for this bug to hit. Yeah, okay, try this. So we tried that and be like, so have you been? Right? And then you test something else for 25 minutes. We will each bring a plate and then, yeah, there'll be no fish. No, God, no. Did I hear my name being taken in vain? Yeah, we're just saying when 9,000 people come in, you're going to be a stripper, says Evan Bird. When 9,000 people come in, I can go to this screen while we're waiting. When 9,000 people come in, because we're on the road to 9,000 followers on Twitch, it's great. Well, do you know what I mean? Ah, Jesus, Montezuma has just raided with a party of raiders. Welcome in, raiders. Hope you're well. My sim crashed. I'm trying to reboot it. So we're here just kind of chilling out. Hope you guys had a fantastic stream and you're very welcome aboard. And, well, happy Wednesday. We're doing the news and you load the sim.
Allow myself to introduce. Hello there. Myself.
You load the sim too many times, it's going to break. So, yeah, we're just loading it up. Hope you had a great stream, lads. You're very welcome aboard. Welcome to the Flying Circus. Well, there's not much flying, but it's still a circus. Is the camera angle off to one side, lads? You know, I need to, need to do a thing. Maybe straighten it up. And that's on, look, I can do this, look. Right? Now, it's only a matter of time before I break that and it'll fall. But for the moment, it's grand, right? Now, right, where was it? 54% only. 54%.
Hello there.
It's doing its thing as it's loading in. Thank you for following, lads. Televisio, lads, thank you very, very much indeed for the raid. So, what we're going to look at now is the Black Box Simulations, the Shorts Regional package. Mainly the 360. And I'm looking forward to it because I flew it a little bit on last Friday night when they just released it. And I was well impressed. The texturing, the externals, it looks a little bit kind of meh. Black Box aren't going to win the, you know, the most beautiful modeled, textured aircraft. However, and this is important, they put an awful lot of systems depth into their aircraft. The systems are incredible. And they're very, very functional and very, very fun to fly, including the sounds are awesome, right? They're just friggin' awesome. So let's have a look here now. We want to go into Dublin. Just to boot her on up and to see what this airplane can actually do, right? So, fingers crossed this works and it doesn't break, right? They need some servo motors in there, right? They have the Quirk Villian actor as well. Yeah. Sim crash. Curse of J's, isn't it? How often does your sim crash? There's something wrong now because I'm after putting something in there that doesn't like it. Because sometimes it's grand and then sometimes it's not. Do you know what I mean? CGS Typhoon updated today at Just Flight. Received an email, says Goblin Zeus. Oh, nice. Scorpio says, Murph, have you considered buying the 3-acre field next door and filling it with solar panels, Murph? Right. It's a very impressive little kit I have. The mini PC is actually behind the monitor. I'm telling you, it's skills and copying people on the internet. You know, Air Hauler 2 got an update as well. It did. Maybe load into Belfast. That's where they were made. Yeah, but I don't know why I'm getting CTDs. Fairly annoying, isn't it? Dan, good to see you. Dan! Welcome in. It'd be really nice to see what flies or what fills the sim trips over when it crashes. So there is technically there's a crash report that you can actually find in the sim, right? Where you find them is a good question, right? Modesua has subscribed for 3 months. Dude, thank you very, very much indeed. Extremely kind of you. You absolute ledge. Where were they putting these little reports now? Microsoft Flight Sim official 1-star. They were putting crash reports somewhere. Hang on, I'll go digging for them, lads, right? Users, myself, application, roaming, I suppose. And it'll be under packages. No, it'll be under Jesus. Microsoft Flight Sim? Packages? No. Let's go to local. Microsoft. Where will I find that now, lads? There's a way to find it. Have you updated your GPU? I have. Apparently the latest version is fairly unstable. Really? Hammy, good to see you. I flew from Derry to Belfast. No, I flew from Belfast to Derry on the 360 about 25 years ago. Lovely, sunny, terrifying, turbulent day. I haven't been the same since. That's brilliant. So Hammy went flying on that. I think I was on one of those planes years ago. I think so. I don't know if you found the crash report. It's the software that normally says the software had an issue. Yeah, I don't know what the crack is. I honestly don't know what the crack is. Why it breaks or why you don't get some sort of a report to say why it did break. Flight Simulator, cache, miscellaneous. I know there are overrides, region key, US features. What the hell is that now? I know that there are crash reports going somewhere. Local packages, Microsoft Flight Sim. Local packages. Okay, local packages. Ah, that's it. Yes, perfect. Okay, so Microsoft Flight Sim. Microsoft Flight Sim. And it's going to be in the local cache. Doesn't look like it. Application data, no. AC, no. Local state roaming settings. Where did they hide it? System application. Where did they hide the thing? Temp state. There is a crash report somewhere. Did the sim just update us and not give us crash records? No, there is. There are crash reports somewhere. Let's see if this works now, you know, without frigging breaking, please. Don't crash now, sim. You're wrecking the buzz here completely. Stupid thing. 313 left. Yes. Change the time of day. And let's hope, with a bit of hope, it'll work. Too much running and stop at the flight sim to really say why it crashed. Shouldn't be. Local packages, Microsoft Flight Sim. Let's just see what happens. After pausing there on 80%. It was running fairly well. I'm after adding stuff to the sim, so I'm after adding a world update. Hello, Microsoft. It's Murph. I've added a world update. Let's see what happens. It's after kind of having a moment here now, pausing on 80%. So if it loads, it loads. If it doesn't, actually, listen. We'll get in eventually. That's it. Oh, no, it didn't. But we're still going. Hey, Low Tech is here. Good to see you. He's over on YouTube. He says, Murph, any word on the new Intel driver update? Not yet. I was expecting it this week. Haven't seen it yet, though. So I would expect it soon. They will release it this year. Come on now, Sim. Why is it parked at friggin' 80%? Come on, you devil, will you? Jesus. Come on, you devil. You should try landing in Knock. Maybe. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. What's running on the sim that it's not liking? There's the question. Microsoft. Jesus. Microsoft Flight Sim. I don't need the Phoenix Bootstrapper. And I don't need Flight the Mad Dog. And I don't really need the Aerosoft utilities, but we'll leave them there. Right, she's loading again. Let's see what happens. But yeah. Hopefully 2024 will fix all the crashing. Doubt that very much, Big Al. I wish it did, but I doubt it very, very much, man. Camera's fine. It's your drunk. Thanks, Dougal. Right, lads, we're in. Jesus, there's all sorts of lights and things. Right, let's have a look. Dish, dish. Ah, yes. Here we go. So we had a look at this mad-looking machine the other day, right? And here we are again, checking it out, you know, again. So in terms of looks, well, you know what I mean. It'll be like, that's not mine. Yeah, I don't. That's not mine. I'm just mining it for a friend, because it's like what the, and the world, the old avatars in there look the job, don't they? So what I want to do here, well, what I was very well impressed with were the sounds and the systems. And I had a quick jaunt on this on last Friday, I think, right? They said they updated the seat and texture, so I just want to see what the story is here, lads. Smooth Lego, yeah. Oh, they have, look, yeah. Look at the difference of the friggin'... Look at the difference of the seat textures now, lads. Jesus, they're done very well, aren't they? It's done very well. Looks like a flying cockpit. It does, it does. But in terms of if you can get over the looks of it, and this is why I think this plane is brilliant. If you can get over the looks of this aircraft, right? Change the pilots now, because you know what I'm saying. We'll make it look very kind of real now. Look. We'll get in Edward and Tedward. Right, apply and save, go back. Right, grand. Let's hop in here to see if we can go flying in the machine, right? So we have a number of switches. And again, it's let down a little bit on the textures, but here's the thing, lads. Everything is modelled. The whole shebang is modelled on this thing, right? If you can get over the looks of it, me. Which is absolutely incredible when you think about it.
Hello there.
Everything is modelled, all right? ASO admin, many thanks for the follow. Welcome in. So we can get our external stuff up and running. So we can, let's see, baggage door, close, back door, stairs up, baggage, close, and the door, close. So it's very functional. All your switches work, which is great, right? It looks better when it's in the air. It does. It does. This thing actually has STOL capabilities, short takeoff and landing, because of the setup of the wing. It's a giant Cessna with 2 friggin' engines. It's just the maddest and weirdest looking thing ever. Now, did they fix this gadget? No. Did they make that a click spot? No. They should have. Right. When it comes to functionality and the simulation of the systems, that's where this thing is very, very, very good. It's excellent. So let's turn on some batteries here. Left battery, right battery, essential, external, or normal. Keep it on normal. What else do you want to do? These are ice intakes, propellers, temps, fuel booster pumps. On. We're going to come down to here. We're going to have a quick look. So shedding bus, leave it alone. They're all good. That's all good. That's all good. Starter, leave that alone for the moment. Passenger compartment. On. Landing lights. Strobes off. Seatbelts. And we have some lightages here as well. That's a switch for the fan, and you can hear the devil. Brilliant, isn't it? It's brilliant, lads. Also, these lights work. The lighting on this airplane is outstandingly good. It's outstandingly good, right? So if you're on the fence about this thing, I'm telling you, when it comes to the internal lighting, it's absolutely fan-friggin-tastic. Jesus, Murphy, where are you going with this camera? Right, hang on now. Buttons over here, so let's have a look. Air conditioning, leave it off for the moment. Passenger compartment is going to be all okay. Auto controls are all okay. The Gasper fans, leave them alone. Panel lights switch over here. Then we have circuit breaker lights. We're going to turn those on here as well. Just bear with me. So that's on. Turn them on. Engine system tests. They're now working. Smoke detectors test. They're working. Now. Leads, leave them alone. Windshields, leave them alone. Wipers work. And the wipers actually clear the rain off the windshield, lads. How cool is that? Get up there now, you devil, you. Up, out of the way. And the back door's open here as well, look. If you want to get into your cabin. Hello? Josephine and Peggy Lyons will be down to you now, lads, in a few minutes with the Bunsen burner. Mad, isn't it? Now, moving out this side, we have more lights here. I just want to turn on the panel lighting, because the nighttime lighting on this thing, as I said, gorgeous, right? Absolutely friggin' gorgeous, right? Here's lights on. Here's lights on. Now, what we can do, we'll ask for a pushback here now in a second, and then we'll do for an L start, right? Just get all the lighting on here now. It takes a moment to set up, but once it's set up, it's the job, right? Put this light on here as well. Right, okay. Notice this. By the way, if you like your Easter eggs, because we're in an Aer Lingus, deadly, isn't it? Not deadly, isn't it? Right, okay, so moving on. We need to press some buttons now, because this thing is going to come alive fairly quick. So, we have all our avionics switches turned off at the moment. We don't necessarily need them on. We can start the engines without them. So, let's see here now. Autopilot stuff, feather stuff. prop fuel. So prop goes to full. Gust lock comes away. There we go. Reverses, we'll worry about them in a moment. So we'll just go up on top. And we're going to go for now start of the engine. What more can we do? So let me see. Can we get a push? Push there, please, Jemima. Starter switch is going to go to normal. What's this now? Reserve power, arm it. Ignition is going to go to normal. And we're going to go for a start on the right. Light them up. The sounds are impressive. So we're looking for a rotation. Gas gen RPM. Once it gets close to 20, we'll introduce some fuel. We're looking good. Introduce some fuel. Sounds are good. We'll go external. We'll stay internal. Just some mighty size of a tractor there, isn't it? Jesus. Drive it on there now, Francine. We'll get away with that view. It kind of looks all right. Yeah, it'll kind of do. Right, let him finish up with us. Where's he going? Disconnect me, will you? Jesus, it was taking me back for the spin, look. What was it doing? Drive away, you mad idiot, you. Crikey, there's a Turkish Airlines right behind us. Right. For my next trick, we're going to start the second engine, right? Jesus. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So, generators. Where do you guys live? Over here. No. Yes. No. The shedding bus. Reset. Where's the... Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Okay, so they're on. Right, we're going to go for engine 2 now, right? We're ready. So we're going to say ignition normal. Left-hand side, let's go for start. And again, we're going to monitor the RPM, and then we will go external for these sounds, right? Okay, bring in some fuel. And just have a listen. Isn't it good? Your one's hands are making me nervous. Sounds are very good. They're excellent, right? So let's go and continue on with what we were doing. Avionics on. Got all our systems on here now. Please, we're going to reset our barrel and our direction indicator. That light is doing its thing. Yaw dampener is disengaged. That's quite okay. Autopilot disengaged. That's all okay. That's all okay. Wipers. As I said, you can turn on the wipers and they will actually remove water off the windscreen. How awesome is that, lads? It's brilliant, right? So we're going to go ahead and get the rest of our lights turned on here. Just turn them all on for the crack. Passenger compartment is already on. Now, the weather radar wasn't booting. Have they fixed this? Yes, they fixed it. Brilliant. This wasn't working the last day. Let's see here now. Yeah, she's working now, right? And she's working well. Perfect. Right, okay. Let us proceed. So, sprint here to the right, Murph. If you find the thing being a little bit giddy, just bring the condition levers back a bit. Okay. There's some amount of viewing here, isn't there? The window's open! Jesus, even the window opens in a real kind of a mad, clunky way. Deadly. The yoke doesn't animate, does it? It does, yeah. Why isn't the yoke animating? Okay, how did we reappear the yoke? I'm after shagging it. Hang on. Don't panic now. I'll try and fix it, lads. How do you... Oh, balls. I'm after fixing it. Right. Why isn't that... Hang on. Is there a control lock? Pneumatics, maybe? Yeah, gust lock, maybe. Yeah, controls are not moving. Hang on a second, we need to fix that. Control locks. Grand, where's the button for the control locks? Oh, hang on. If I was a control lock, where would I live? Park and brake. Oh, it's between the seats back here, look. You don't need to RTFM at all, Hammy. Look. Unlocked. Ah, Jesus, look. Look at the fluid motion of the movement. Right, right? Carry on, Murphy. You're playing an absolute feckin' stormer. Drive it on now. Yes. It looks alright. Looks like a... It does look like the flusher of a Portaloo. And it's not just a single flush. Oh no, Jesus, no. You need to pump that devil a lot. Do you know? This thing has a manual. This thing has a huge manual. Yeah, yeah. It looks nice, plus it's an Irish plane. These things are built in Belfast, lads. So we're going to taxi to what I think is the active, even if it's not. We're using 28 left. So we continue our taxi. We do have... Jesus. We do have autopilot controls. So far, so good. Okay, get ourselves lined up. And as I said, lads, the sounds are deadly, right? This is Dublin version 2. It is. So down to our condition levers. She's spooling up. Okay, so condition levers are set. Prop RPM is sitting on 1150. Brakes off and power coming in. Great sounds. Take off power set. Speed is well alive. Did you just see the co-pilot go for your leg? Up the yard, Betsy. 100. We're light now. Oopsie daisy. Pause the rate of climb. Bring the gear up. Flaps up. Adding in a small bit of trim. Yaw dampener on. Does it have VNAV or are you calculating top of descent? So she's going to follow VOR. Well, no, she can do nav mode as well. Yes is the answer. Yes. This is just an impressive simulation of the Shorts 360. It really is, lads. It really is. I mean, look at the state of it. It's a little stunner. It looks mad and janky, but it's very, very good. Black Box Simulations have done a fine job at this. And then I need to talk to you about the night lighting. Look at the absolute suffering state of this setup. I mean, that is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the nicest night lighting cockpits I've seen in the sim. It's only gorgeous. Isn't that something else? The lighting in here, lads, is superb. I don't even have all my lights on. Bring on your panel lights now, look. Isn't it great? The night lighting almost saves... What do you mean almost saves it, Muse? This is a national treasure, right? It was very good, though. If you're on the fence, lads, I'm telling you it's good. If you know, if the turboprop aircraft are your bag, especially the really weird and beautiful ones... well then, you gotta get it. It's fantastic. Where's the mad janky ice light? Doosh. Now you might be saying, Murph, what are you doing? See the light? There is only one ice detection light, and it's modelled and it hits the prop. Now the prop doesn't look great when the light is on it, but it's very functional. Johnny Aardvark, this is the Shorts 360 by Black Box Simulations. It's done very well. Good evening. Good evening. Look at that night lighting. Isn't it gorgeous, lads? It's absolutely, I think, one of the best. It's stunning. And at night time, you know, you're not too worried about the textures or the lack thereof. It's very, very good. Hey, Graphic Dan, good to see you. Holy zoinks. So if you buy it, you get all the variants of this aircraft with it. And it's $50. It's $49.99, but you're getting 4 or 5 variants. They will be releasing single variants for about $30 each. Ah, Jefferson 2001. The man, myth and legend says, get off the fence and into the shed. Good evening. How are you, man? I think it's very good, lads. So we'll go back to daytime. And we'll actually make this look very dramatic here, look. Wait till you see this now. Let's see here now. Hot and humid. That kind of works. Summertime, stormy summer, winter, autumn. Wispy skyscape. Now you're well... Let me just play around with the weather here a little bit. You'll see why now in a second. Look at these... hang on now. Bit of autopilot here now to make life a bit easier, right? So let's see. Autopilot control. Let me see. Heading mode. Now, where's my autopilot master switch? It's over here somewhere. If I were an autopilot, where would I live? Jesus. Arm the prop. Oh, Jesus, we didn't arm the prop. Auto feather. Why aren't they armed? She's given out to me to arm the feathers. Autopilot. Engage. So what I wanted to do is hold altitude and hold heading mode. Go down to my HSI here. That's course. Let's head west. So we're on heading and we're going to be on west, right? Center console between the seats. Yeah, that's where your autopilot is. And let's just kind of, do you know what I mean? Check out the marvel that is this beautiful, beautiful machine. It's very pretty. The sounds are great. The systems are great. The whole plane is great. As I nearly make a complete and utter mess of it. What do you think? The mods are angry. I wasn't even going full hammy. What happened? Did you get timed out, hammy? Oh, Jesus. Lads, I think this is a great airplane, and you know, the rule of Murph is, if I think something's absolutely crap, I'll show it because I'll warn you. If I think it's like meh, I tend not to show you. If I like it and I think someone will get great enjoyment out of it, this is one of them. It's done really, really well. It's nice. It's weird and wonderful. It has character and the depth of systems. As janky as you might think everything looks, it's very, very functional, including all the circuit breakers work. All of them. Right? Windshield wiper. I don't know what side. Let's see. A simple thing. Does it work? No, I've shagged it. Does this one work? Okay, so that one works. But the other one, it's shagged because I pulled the circuit breaker. So the circuit breakers work and they're modelled. Isn't it brilliant? Put them back in. The wiper's alive. A lot, isn't it? Simple things. But here's an aircraft that you could argue the TOS study level sim. Why? Because, well, it has a lot of system simulation. Anywhere from, find the prop, anywhere from pneumatics to the engine management to the fuel. I don't know why we're getting this auto feather warning now. Let's see here now. Governor. Where's the... That's like an auto feather test, right? But where's the auto feather button? Electrics, engines. Would it be in engines? No. Essential services. Electrics, wings, anti-icing, propellers. Wait now. Cross feed valves. So the fuel, right? All the fuel is done. The 330 is even more different than the 360. Oh yeah. Would you like to see the different variant before we go? So that's the 330. Let's look at the Sorry, that was the 360. Let's look at the 330. Twitch keeps freezing for me. Yeah, Twitch is acting the devil tonight, lads, isn't it? How's everything back in the land of YouTube? Is it working all kind of nice and toasty and stuff? It is. We'll have a very quick look at the other aircraft. Hammy's getting timed out again. Must be this aircraft. That's breaking Twitch. It's like, look at, no, we can't show it. It's horrendously bad looking. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we'll look at the different variants here, right? We'll see if it'll load up in the hangar. The sim doesn't want to load, but it will now in a second. We hope, lads, we hope. So don't forget, this coming Friday, we have a group flight in FS Reborn's FSR 500, our inaugural flight. And we're going to be flying in Greece. We're actually heading out to Corfu. That's the wrong button completely. So if we go into profile and me hangar, yes. So we're going to change the aircraft. Let's look at the 330. And the liveries we can go with, I don't know, British Caledonian. Ooh, look at that mad look. Look at this. Yes, we need that one. Look at that, lads. Right. So the mad visuals of this. Look at that for the livery. Ah, come on. That's not a livery. This is a livery. Isn't it beautiful? It has a giant crocodile on the side of it, for God's sake. Now, the interior. You can't really see it because we're looking into the sun. But you'll see the layout of the cockpit is a little bit different. Yeah? She's a little bit different. Let's look at the overhead. So, like, that seat is right there. It's much, much smaller. Look at the overhead in here. This is all different. Look at, like, your propeller heat for the props are all there. Your windshield heat is all there. Like, it's very different. She's a very different airplane from in here, look. It's probably not very good to see it because the sun is shining down, but I hope you can see it a little bit better, right? The rudder trim is all there. Engine controls are there. The yokes are the same. Circuit breakers. See the way they changed that? Is that a pint of Guinness on a friggin' turtle? It is. Ah, black box. Right? Isn't that impressive? Let's check out a different variant of the aircraft. Change aircraft. So that's the 330. Let's look at 330 cargo. Very same, except the interior is different. Let's look at the Sherpa. And for this, we can look at the Royal Thai Police. Crikey, it's the Thailand friggin' Rozzers. Right? British registration on that. That's interesting. Now, look at the Sherpa interior. Well, what's going on here that's different? Did we notice anything just yet? Again, look at the detail. It's a very different overhead. Look at that, lads. It's done well, isn't it? It's a totally different kind of flying altogether. It's a totally... There's a map button down there, I didn't realise. Right, let's go back and pick out a different one. The 360 we saw. Let's look at the C-23A. This is the military variant. This is a new US Air Force. Look at that. See the ramp on the back? Ah, come on now, lads. They have the ramp is on the back. Thailand, not Thailand. Thailand. Thank you, Super Thai. Super Typhon. Educating Murphy for 3 years. Look, that's deadly, isn't it? The back door, lads. Speaking of which, of back doors. No, it's not what you think. Azure Poly are still working on their update for the Transall. Now, does this look different on the inside? Well, it has some stuff on the seats. Very good. The overhead, much the same. Much the same. The cockpit layout, again, much the same. There's not much actually in the difference here, is there? It looks very nice, doesn't it? Pure function for the military one. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Look at that, look. I love the way they have the ramp. The ramp is modelled. Look at the space you have in the thing. It is a shed. I need to find one of these airplanes, buy it, never fly it, but just, you know, it's a shed. Do you know what I mean? Right, what was I going to do here? I was going to do one of these. And then the last variant, change the aircraft, is the C-23B. What liveries do we have here? US Army or the US Forestry Service? Oh, nice. Yeah, that's kind of nice, isn't it? If Twitch is acting up, disable low latency mode. You could do that. Look at that. She's all... There's benches in the back, right? What's she like in the inside? Again, I think it's done... Yeah, she's pretty much bang on the same as the others. But if you buy the aircraft now for $49.99, you get all of these variants. You get the whole... Oh, there's a bug. We found a bug. Black box. I found a bug. There's literally a hole in the overhead. But I think it is very good, isn't it? Let's look at the back here. I mean, come on. It's good, isn't it? Looks like a paddy wagon with the benches, right? It absolutely does. So if you buy the aircraft now, you get all the variants. And then Black Box said, if you don't want all the variants, well, they're going to release single packages or, you know, maybe double packages, depending on what it is. You know? Big Al says, can't wait one day for the sim that will allow us to parachute out of the planes. Very, very soon. The update coming from Azure Poly includes parachutes standing up, jumping out of the plane, and their chutes deploy. The other packages have been released, so you don't have to buy the whole lot. Good man, Sterling. So you can go to the Black Box Simulations website. If I can find it. Why isn't that going off the screen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why isn't that going off the screen? Interesting. Let me see. Black Box Simulations. Let's have a quick look. We'll go to the website. Black Box Simulations. Sergeant Mick Murray of the Buncrana, or of Buncrana, could fit half the town in the back. Right, so here's the website. Black Box. Shorts Regional. Let's have a look. 9 variants, 36 liveries. So it's $49.99 for all of them. The Belfast Concorde. Isn't that brilliant? See other buying options. Here we go. So if you want the Shorts 360 Regional, that comes with a passenger and cargo variant. That's $29.99. If you want the SD 330, that comes with the passenger and cargo. That's $29.99. And if you want the Sherpa, which gives you the military cargo for both of them, also military transport for the S330, SD330, the C23A, B, and C variant, that's also $29.99. That's really good. So for $49.99, you get everything, the whole shebang, which is, I think, considering, that's not bad. And then if you just rather get, you know, the S360 or the 330 variants, that's up to you. And you'll get either you'll get both cargo or passenger variant, that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. Exciting news, lads, isn't it? 'Tis exciting news. So that kind of does us now for tonight, lads. What can I say? It's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege. Did we actually get through everything? I think we did. Tatenhill, the shorts, the Texan, the Saab, the World Update, and the fantastic update from Firefly Air. We got the whole lot covered. So I'm back to you on Friday, 8 o'clock, 2000 Zulu time. We're doing a group flight in the incredible FS Reborn, FSR 500. In this machine, ladies and gentlemen, we're going flying in this. So if I go back, profile, hangar. Don't crash now, Sim. It's thinking about life at the moment. That's weird, it didn't load in. We've broken it. It's thinking about loading it. Come on, you can do it. It just wants to load in the aircraft. When do you think the FS Labs Airbus is coming out, says Jamie? I don't know. I honestly don't know, Jamie. I think they were working on the Concorde first. FS Labs want to get their Concorde into Microsoft Flight Sim. I think that's going to be their first aircraft. I'm still waiting on TFDI Design to give us an update on when their aircraft is going to come out. And then I think, there we go. The next round of aircraft due to release in the sim that I'm most looking forward to is going to be coming from the likes of Airplane Heaven. I'm looking forward to that. What else? What's immediate or what's getting very close to release? I'm trying to remember. That's interesting. Them cameras are broken. Maybe I broke them. What was the other airplanes I can't wait to get? Well, the Vulcan. The Vulcan has to be the Vulcan, right? Can't wait. But lads, thank you all so very, very much indeed for joining me. If you're over on YouTube, thank you very much, lads. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. And we'll see you over there on Friday. So